trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it. Put a square peg in a round hole, just never seems to fit.
This is Bianca Belair.
Hey, this is Kevin Owens.
Hey, it's Seth freaking Rollins.
It is the man, Becky Lynch.
It's Rhea Ripley here, and you're listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Hello and welcome to Making Chicken Salad, the Wrestle Radio Australia show where we talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. My name is Lachlan Albert, and I am joined here, as always, by, well, not as always, because last week was chaos. And I'm joined by, let's start with the two men who started that chaos. First of all, the man behind the podcast, Todd Eastman. Todd, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. Sorry we were late, guys. We couldn't find the keys to the show.
Yeah, it was, had to get the window wound down and get the coat hanger in there. The other guy who needs someone to keep him on the rails, clearly, whether it's me or Peggy, is Jamie Apps. Jamie, how you doing, brother?
I am great. And yes, I definitely do need rails.
I kind of feel like we're wearing the same uniform tonight, Jamie.
I know, I noticed that just then. I was like, oh no, that's awkward.
Like team distracted.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm matching black shirts with Jeff. And Jeff, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff. Happy birthday to you. It's the birthday boy, Jeff Setti. How you doing, mate?
I'm well, thanks. Not like anyone forgot or remembered or something.
Man, we knew the whole time. Why do you think the graphic was there?
There's a graphic
set up.
Sure.
You think that was a a quickly made graphic? Are you sure? Come on. A little bit of faith in the boys.
Either way, thank you, boys. I mean, I'm assuming that is from all three of you. Thanks for joining in on the song and not making it awkward enough for Lachlan. But thank you very much. 46 today.
Oh, it's more fun that way.
You get a little bit of lag. That entirely goes out the window. 46, and he doesn't look a day over 45. Hey, Jeff?
Thanks. 45 and 364 days.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look, clearly we're in a jovial mood with Jeff and I back in the saddle to talk about some bloody terrific Aussie wrestling, right? Like, that's the thing that it always comes back to is there's stuff going on internationally, and we've got plenty to talk about there, especially with the WWE news coming out, both involving AI and releases, hooly dooly, and then we've got, NJPW doing a whole bunch of stuff and AEW building for a huge show. Like, that's all coming up in the second half. But this first half, we've got just some cracking Aussie shows happening. And I want to immediately shout out Alex Fireheart, who says, well, first of all, Alex Fireheart says happy birthday to Jeff. Alex Fireheart also says, so if this is the real ACW being covered, does that mean it can also stand for authentic championship wrestling? You're absolutely right, Alex Fireheart. We're talking about ACW.
Well, they actually have
wrestling
shows. So.
The company that has a show, yeah.
Yeah, they actually have shows.
And
I'm not sure about the merch van, but they definitely have shows.
Don't know what you're talking about there, Todd, but yeah, Adelaide Championship Wrestling putting on just awesome stuff for a little while now, and Adelaide is so full of talent that you see the crossover with those other Adelaide companies here. And so we're going to talk about ACW's above all else. We're also going to talk about PCW, Professional Championship Wrestling, from down Jeff's way in Victoria, with their Ignition show in the lead up to their Royal Rumble this Sunday. And we're talking about Adelaide Championship Wrestling in the lead up to Can't Be Touched, which is happening this Saturday. Did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday. I'm absolutely losing my mind over here, clearly. So let's get in and start talking about some wrestling, hey? Because if we don't, it's going to be another 3-hour show, considering how much we've got to cover. So Adelaide Championship Wrestling's above all else kicked off with an Evolve title #1 contendership 4-way match, which pit Corndog, Redshaw, Party Guy Ty, and Kit against each other for a shot at the Evolve title, with Kit coming out on top, who might be my favorite wrestler at the moment. I was so impressed with the way that in this match, Kit Obviously, he came out with the win, so it wasn't like he wasn't getting anything. But for the vast majority of this match, Kit got absolutely thrown around, got very little offense in until a little bit of cheating from Max Calamity, who is his legal counsel, and some interference by the general manager let him cheat to hit that Juggernaut driver for the win. Or not the Juggernaut driver. The Juggernaut driver didn't get him the win, but the interference from the GM did. I really enjoyed this match. I'm going to pass it over to the birthday boy who gets first dibs. What do you think of this number one contendership match for the Evolve title?
I thought this was a really fun match. They told a really nice story. I like the duo of Max Calamity and Kit. I think that there's some fun to be had with that. Kit is so good and has clearly really embraced being a heel, being that smarmy, good-looking, long-haired guy that you just kind of want to bloody, you want to see him lose. And the fact that he came out with this, yes, with some assistance, and I think the assistance really helps him in ACW. And, Corn Dog is a great, fun gimmick. Party Guy Ty is a great, fun gimmick. And Redshaw balances everything by being that kind of floor solid, just out there, I'm going to beat you up kind of guy. I thought this was terrific and a really nice way to bring people into the show.
Yeah, I also think it helps with the hatred for Kit that he was the only pure heel in this match. The other guys all get a positive reception. Yes. So you want to see him get beat up, and then when he cheats his way to the win, it just makes it that much more hateable. Jamie, what did you think of this four-way for the Evolve title contendership?
I also enjoyed this. I thought it was a really good opener in terms of getting the crowd involved. I really wish some guys would protect their finishes a little bit more in Australian independent wrestling. Why are people kicking out of the Juggernaut driver? If you're going to hit it, have it be the win, or have someone else come and break up that pinfall, especially in a four-way. Don't have the guy kick out of it. That was my one big issue with it.
That's one thing that I really drive home to Mitch Ryder. Is you can hit any move you want to. If you never hit your marquee driver unless you're winning, or someone's going to break it up. Never let anyone kick out of that thing. Otherwise, what's the point of having a finisher? It's not a finisher.
Yeah, you look at Kenny with Kenny Omega with the Angel's Wings, or One-Winged Angel.
One-Winged Angel.
Nobody kicks out of that thing. And then when it does get kicked out of, it's a big moment. So I just didn't like that. It's you hit the Juggernaut driver and then Party Guy kicks out of it. I was like, well, there's two other guys that could have come and pushed you off him.
Yeah.
But what were finishes are becoming transitional moves. Even the Psycho knee, it's no longer the special move it was. And some people just hit it mid-match. And I think that if Kit had another finisher aside from the Juggernaut driver that he was debuting at this show, that's fine. But I agree with you. That was just a little bit of a letdown.
And I think kicking out of
that's on the people for letting them, for saying, hey, I'll hit you with my finish and then you kick out of it. That's on them for doing that.
Yeah.
The reason these stuff like DDTs and all that stuff just become normal moves is because that's what the workers have let happen.
Yep. Yeah. And again, kicking out of finishes isn't something that should never happen, but in a four-way contendership match for a title on a show in April out of nowhere, I don't think that's the spot for it, right? Alex Fireheart says the same thing. Yeah, when the Juggernaut driver happened, I legit thought that was it. So it feels like someone should have broken it up. Jeff?
The only thing I'll say is it is possible that someone missed a cue, so Ty had to kick out, which is that is a possibility, but
but
on
then
the whole,
Kit was winning anyway, so just don't kick out.
Yeah,
maybe
good
they
point.
want
Actually, really good point.
Make sure that
if Redshaw or someone else was supposed to win, kick out. But Kit was winning anyway, so if no one breaks it,
really
doesn't
good
matter.
point.
Yeah.
But maybe
But
maybe he kicked out because there was that little bit of character work afterwards as well. So maybe he, that's the only thing I can think.
But again, like, this is stacking ifs on ifs, right? The thought that we have here is protect that finisher, especially because it's a good finisher. But overall, that's our only mark on this match. All four of these guys played it to perfection. I think Party Guy Ty especially showed off how athletic he can be. Corn Dog and Redshaw both got to show off their size. I love
it's
Kit's
really
work.
good too. It's really good too seeing Corn Dog back.
Yeah,
because he stepped away for a while now, and it was just good seeing him back in the ring.
Yeah,
I always knew he was big, but this made me go, he's a big boy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'd love to see Corn Dog Redshaw as a feud moving forward, which is what they kind of planted seeds for in this, I think.
Moving on to a match that wasn't specifically for number one contendership, but definitely felt like it had implications for the women's championship. Eugenie and Violet Blitz went one-on-one in a really physical matchup that was building to a crescendo, and Violet Blitz was on top when we saw some footage from the car park of Axe Massacre lighting Violet's luggage on fire, which allowed Eugenie to capitalize and get the win, which positions Eugenie for a potential shot at the women's title and positions Violet Blitz to be going after Axe in that one. I'll pass along to Todd. What did you think of Eugenie and Violet Blitz going one-on-one?
I really enjoyed this match. I thought both of these guys were really, really good. Or girl guy. I say guy, just guys as a general term, were really, really good in this match. So much, I think I messaged Jeannie after it, just with there was one spot in particular where I was just if you just changed it to this, just slight adjustment, I think it'll be so much more impactful. And she's like, I never really thought about that, but I might try that next time. Thank you. Love that both of these, you can tell that both of the girls don't hold back at all. You know what I mean? There's no real pulling of punches, no real short arm forearms or anything like that. To the point where I kind of want to see all three of them, Axe as well, in there, just belting seven shades of shit out of each other. Just because I think that's what they would do, because all of them, I don't believe any of them would hold back at all when it comes to that type of a match. So I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a good way to have Eugenie win, but still keep Violet strong, still keep her a real viable option to be going after eventually, because this is kind of a feud for maybe the number one contender, because you've got Leah, who is the champion at the moment. So it's a real smart way for the promoters or the bookers to say, hey, we've got the title and that's cool, and Leah can come in every week or every month against certain girls until we're ready to unleash Violet or Axe. But until then, these two are going to have a cracking feud underneath that title. So I think it's really smart work from ACW to do that.
Absolutely.
I really, really did enjoy the match.
I get worried whenever I see Eugenie taking on a heel, because there's kind of two versions of Eugenie that you can get. And one of them is Smiley Eugenie, which is who she really is in person. She's just the loveliest, most beautiful, friendly individual. And when she comes out and does that as the character, it's not quite there for me, because I love shit kicker Eugenie. And that's what we got here, is babyface shit kicker Eugenie. And it's superb. It's a perfect matchup for Violet Blitz as well, I think. Jeff, what did you think of this women's match between Eugenie and Violet Blitz?
Go figure. I've got to echo all of the sentiments so far in the room and say how much I love this. I was a little thrown because obviously I think all four of us know Jeannie. She's just that kind of person who'll be friendly and come up and really embrace not only us, but also who the relationship between Wrestle Radio Australia and Jeannie and the boys even. And when she came out smiling, I was like, hang on. Violet's getting cheers here and Jeannie's getting cheers here. This will be interesting. But I think they really brought people in by being as hard-hitting as they were. Like this was a tough match in that they really laid it in there and clearly had a great time. I like the way they're using Axe as well. I think that leans into it and is an important component of the match because it did lead to the finish. But I kind of agree with you, Todd. I think, or Lachlan, whoever said it, but a three-way between the three of them will be absolutely incredible. But I'm also really, really looking forward to seeing how the dynamic between Leah and Eugenie. And I think it was just great. And I really also like that both women's matches, while on the shorter side on the card, still got a decent amount of time and weren't just 3-minute kind of go out there, hit your spots and go home. So that's really, really nice to see because occasionally it feels like that's what you're getting in some companies.
But see, it got more time than the 4-way to open the show.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It did. It's more so the title match that was a little bit on the short side, but yeah, just a great showing by both Jeannie and Violet.
Alex Fireheart mentions, while Violet Blitz is by no means a pushover, part of me felt it a bit weird that Eugenie basically needed quote-unquote help to win, given how much of a monster she's been booked as elsewhere. I do also think it's worth noting, though, that you want to make sure that the talent that's going to be around all the time in your area looks strong, right? So Eugenie is
the hometown person.
Exactly. Eugenie is a beast. But like Violet Blitz is going to be a big thing for this company forever, I think.
I also don't feel like it was help. Do you know what I mean? It just happened to like, it wouldn't have mattered who like Violet was against. Axe was going to do that.
And a second of distraction is enough for Eugenie to capitalize.
Yeah, it didn't really matter that it was like who it was or what it was. It was just always going to be like, that's what she was always going to do.
Yeah.
And that's that's just good storytelling too, because it means that the other women on the card that aren't necessarily the champion or going directly after the champion have stories. They're not just, oh, here's the second women's match because we kind of need a second women's match, like just thrown together.
Yeah.
There's an actual feud and storyline going on in the undercard to give them something to do other than just be, well, we're here just racking up wins so that when it's our turn to go up, we're next.
Yeah. Moving on, though, Todd mentioned before people beating 7 shades of shit out of each other. And then we got the Kings of Ruin versus Axton and Jared Slate in a tag team match, which Havoc and Zach Sabbath, as the Kings of Ruin, managed to win. And holy cow, was this physical. Jamie, what did you think of Axton and Jared Slate versus the Kings of Ruin?
Yeah, this was awesome. This was my first note is holy chop fest to open up the match because they just nailed each other. And then there were moments in this where I remembered that someone the size of Zach Sabbath should not be able to move the way that Zach Sabbath moves and how quickly he moves around the ring. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Although the end of the match was my Wrestlemania. Was this a DQ match? Like there was that moment with the mist where the referee was literally standing right here watching it happen. And I went, like, protect yourself as a referee. Like, if you know that's the spot that they're going for, tell them, like, hey, someone needs to take me out. I can't be standing here watching that happen and not calling it.
Yep.
See, it's hard though, like, because
really good night.
And the wrestler shouldn't put them in that position either.
Well, here's my question though, right? Is spitting a disqualifiable offense in a match?
Spitting, no, but poison mist, yes. It's a foreign object. I don't think
the
Zach
distinction? Where's the referee scene? Take the mist in his face.
Zach has a gland.
Yeah,
see, so it's glandular. So that's a human-made, like, it's not, therefore not foreign.
Zach has a thyroid problem. He needs to release a poison mist every now and then, which happened to coincide with the Riot City Wrestling or ACW shows, Jamie. Come on now.
Yeah, I just think you're being very harsh, mate.
I do too.
It was my WrestleMania. Was that a DQ moment?
Yeah. I did have the same note, but for me, it got so overtaken by how much I loved immediately after Jared Slate's facial expression on the apron when Axton got pinned, and just that look of like, how did we lose this? I love that. Alex Firehart agrees, saying Poison Mist is an instant DQ usually.
How do you know that's poison?
Because he clutched his eyes
get a
like they were on
toxicology report?
fire.
Did you get a toxicology report? No.
I think we need to bind to the fact that he'd eaten a lot of spinach that day. There was some stuck between his teeth, and he happened to spit, and it's just spinach. Poison mist-based spinach, certainly, but spinach.
I'm going to require Zach to give Todd some poison mist at some point.
And Bloody DJ's right. Poison mist is green. I believe that blue mist normally is sleep, and yellow mist is paralysis, right?
Like those are the different statuses. I've only ever seen green, red, and black.
Sorry, I never passed my elemental charts when it came.
Doing so much better on my birthday.
Sorry,
conversation.
Chemistry was not our strong point. Clearly.
But I mean, I'll pass off to Jeff quickly. Is there anything you want to?
So much. Yeah.
Jeff,
there is.
what did you
Firstly,
think of
I could be
Kings of
doing so
Ruin
much
versus
better on my
Axton?
birthday in the conversation about mist colours.
And this is why last
firstly,
week went
it's
for 3
great
hours.
to see Jared Slate out. It's great to see Jared Slate outside of WA. Like, I was so happy to see him as part of this match. I agree. I thought it was hard hitting and freaking wonderful.
Yeah, that's the essence here. Moving on to someone we've been a big fan of here at Wrestle Radio Australia, Mr. Cliff, who is the ACW Evolve champion, defending that title against Dean Taylor. Jamie, what did you think of this match for the Evolve title?
I really actually enjoyed this. This was maybe one of my favorite matches on the card. I've just lost my notes. Dylan was really impressive to me. Like, I don't think I'd seen Dylan before, and I really enjoyed what he did in this. And then commentary was a big standout in this too. Like, I love that the animosity between Coach Cornell and Mr. Cliff has carried over into all aspects of Adelaide wrestling, with him just being kind of hating on Mr. Cliff throughout this, and just really good in that color commentator role. And then on Cliff's side, I thought he sold that Dylan was going after the arm the entire time, and then even when he was hitting his offense, he didn't forget that, I can't use my left arm, so he was hitting the one arm pedigree and all of those other variations of moves that one-handed. So I really enjoyed everyone's parts in this.
Yeah, I agree. Todd, what did you think of this one?
My first note is, Jesus Christ, that belt is huge. Yeah. That is a big.
It's a big old belt.
That is a big old belt. I enjoy. It's really weird to see Mr. Cliff in like a dominant wrestler kind of mode, where like he's won matches there, he's got the belt, he's like, it's just really weird. There's only really seeing him at Riot City, to see him like this was just, yeah. I agree with you, Jamie. I thought Dylan was really good, considering I think he's had a fair bit of time off too before coming back. So like, come back and obviously looks like he's hit the ground running. Really smart and well done to Mr. Cliff for constantly selling that arm to the point of like realizing, I can't do this pedigree like that. I'm gonna have to do it a different way, and to still work out a way to do it. I thought this match was really good.
I agree. I think the one-arm pedigree finish was just such a great little cherry on top of this match. Loved what they did there. And then titles on the line from that point on the show. with the ACW South Australia women's title on the line. Amber challenging Leah Lovegrove unsuccessfully for that title. Jeff, you mentioned before that this one was maybe a little shorter than you would like. Any other thoughts on this women's title match between Leah Lovegrove and Amber?
That they've both improved so much. Like they're both, and Amber was largely a character first, then a wrestler, but that's definitely beginning to revert, and she's becoming a stronger character, and I really enjoy that. And Leah Lovegrove is so entertaining to watch. Like she's just one of those really. She's beginning to string it all together, and it's fantastic to see. It's nice also to see her have a run with the championship and be a little different to the Leah we kind of know a bit in Riot City from her appearances there. So yeah, it was good.
Just quickly, I want to shout out Bloody DJ saying about Mr. Cliff that he'll be in class with a sling for a week. I worked out why he was selling the arms so much. It's if he convinces the school that he's injured, he'll get out of oval duty. He's going to be inside at lunch. He can't go out with an injury. That's a master.
That's a worker. That's
Sorry.
a worker right there.
He's got it under control. Todd, I'll pass to you. What did you think of Leah Lovegrove defeating Amber for the South Australian women's title?
I thought it was really good. I know that Leah is still really early in her career. So to see her like carrying this title and again, really smart from ACW by putting her with someone with a lot of experience like Amber, who can like help her through a lot of things. And being that I think they both train at Rampage. I'm not too sure.
Yes.
But there would be a lot of familiarity there with the two of them. So I thought that was really smart of management there. Yeah, thought it was really good. I thought it got done what I had to get done. Kept Amber still looking like Amber, but yet like Leah's got that. You know how we talk about with guys, they've got that every man thing about them. Like Leah's got that every girl thing about her. Where like her gimmick's like she's the fan. So like you've seen that chick at every rock concert you've been to, every gig you've been to, you've seen someone like Leah running around, and I think she does it really well.
Yeah, I love
I thought the match
perennial
was
underdog as a champion, and it can become difficult because having somebody manage to be convincing when they win matches, but also every match you go, oh, she really could lose the title here. Managing to fit those both into the same match is really well done. And she's got that in spades. Alex Fireheart says, I forget, did Amber actually work the leg a lot? Because commentary kept bringing up the knee thing, and it was hard to tell if Leah was selling or maybe did actually tweak her knee a little.
I think maybe the knee thing might be something like an ongoing storyline. Maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It might have been an extension from the tournament when she wrestled like Mickey and that.
Yeah, Jeff?
I was going to say, Todd, your characterization of Leah, that she's the cool chick, and you see at every rock show, specifically rock music, because that is the character. She's not going to be a dance music concerts. No. She'll be standing behind you at every cool indie group and things like that. And that's such a good characterization of an encapsulation of who Leah is. So just shout out.
If you follow her Insta, she is that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's like
that's a good point.
Going around the country following a band, right?
Yeah. Just a great characterization.
Yeah, big fan there. Moving on to...
Shout out to ACW too for having the guts to go with Aaliyah as the inaugural women's champ and not go with Mickey Fortune or Axe Massacre as the champ. Like they went with someone fresh and gave her this opportunity to elevate her so that then when Axe or Violet get their shot at it, they've made other people, not just push the people that were already made.
Fully
That's
agree.
kind of what I noticed, like ACW doing a lot. Like they gave Mr. Cliff a run with the Evolve title. Before that, it was not before that, but oh god, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. James Cray had a big run with that Evolve title. You got a Kit who's really is an up and coming like worker in South Australia as being the new number one contender for it. Like that's what like ACW seem to be doing really well, is giving those younger guys a chance where it's hard for them to get through on a Rampage show or a Riot City show. Like here's somewhere where they get that chance to do that, which is really, really good, I think.
Similar to what we talked about last week with Integrity.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're looking at the B-level guys and being like, okay, you're going to get a shot as a champion to learn that skill.
While also making sure that they have, top championships on people who are established, so that it isn't just like, oh, here's a bunch of guys that we've put belts on. It's like, no, these belts are important. And those young people have worked hard to get them. And so when you see like the heavyweight title in a 3-way match on this show with the champion Dean Brady defending against Einar the Strange and Punch Drunk Istria, you've got a lot of experience in that match. And moving the title from Brady to Istria in this one through some Prince Apollo shenanigans, I think was a really interesting move. I am very excited to see more Prince Apollo, because this is like the perfect company for him to be making a huge impact. I love what he's doing. Obviously, Dean Brady is one of the best damn workers in the country at the moment and has been for a while. Istria is a name that's been important in wrestling, and especially in Adelaide wrestling, for a long time now. Einar adds so much to the depth of a match with the character stuff that he's going on, as well as physicality. I think this was just really well executed, in my opinion. Jamie, what did you think of the ACW heavyweight title 3-way match?
The thing I really enjoyed about it was the dynamic of the match, with sort of it beginning where Dean and AJ just really didn't have any consideration for Einar. They were like, why is this guy here? And he didn't back down. He just kept putting his nose in it and like interjecting himself, and he was kind of in there the entire time against the other two who were subbing out the whole time. And yeah, I just really like he didn't back down, and ultimately that's kind of what cost him, because he wouldn't back down, and they gave Apollo a chance to sneak in and take him out. And then the promo afterwards from Punch Drunk Istria was phenomenal.
Really heartfelt. Yeah, very good. Jeff, what did you think of this 3-way title match for the ACW Heavyweight Championship?
ACW seem to be doing something really, really special that you don't see as much. Like you see a little bit of it in RCW, but these guys seem to be going out, and I think there's a little more sort of character work of, oh, these are the matches I want to have, let's find a way to get there. Jamie, I agree. The story of this match was fantastic, with Einar kind of having to prove himself, and he bloody did, because it was another tremendously hard-hitting match, which comes as no surprise considering the 3 guys in it. I really like seeing Istria outside of Rampage. I think that it's really nice that Istria is kind of mixing it up with people outside of the company he runs. And I thought that this was a really good, solid match and a great way to transfer to a different champion. And I think that they're going to make Dean even more tenacious in his pursuit of that championship once again, because I think Einar is going to be busy with
Prince Apollo.
His name's just gone from my mind. And Prince Apollo, thank you, and obviously Brady's going to be chasing Istria. It's just really, really on point and good storytelling to develop feuds. And I agree, Istria's promo was chef kiss good.
Absolutely. And agree with Alex Fireheart too in the chat, who says, not going to lie, much prefer this version of Einar to the more look how zany I am version that has been on RCW shows. Yeah, a really good presentation for Einar there. Moving
Also,
into...
Sorry,
Todd.
Also, really smart of the guys planning the match to have Einar be the one to tap out, so you still got that Dean still hasn't lost thing. Like in RCW.
Yeah, he's got a valid...
And the way he sold it too, where just that look of shock on his face when like he's just looking at Einar tapping, going, "What are you doing? You just lost me my title." That, you know what I mean? Like I dug that. I thought it was really, it's a nice little nuance to the look. Like the way he sold it was as good as the idea of having Einar tap instead of having just Dean drop the title to punch. Because then you've got, again, he can say, "Hey, you never beat me," because I think the show this weekend is Istria and Brady 1-on-1, which will be an absolute cracker. So it'll be really good to watch that. Good to see. And yeah, I love the way Dean sold that. I thought that said so much. Just the whole shock of, I just lost my title. Oh,
and so,
you know what I mean?
So different from what you would expect of him, like raging out. It was the total opposite. Like you're like, wait, this isn't the Dean Brady I expected to react.
It was like seeing through the veneer and the facade, like seeing the actual emotions before he puts the muscle mercenary on top of it, which I thought was really good. Alex Fireheart also mentions, good job from Istria immediately pivoting on the very few miscommunications there to just keep things moving. Yeah, this match flowed through.
Yeah, it started a little clunky, where I'm just like, oh no, I hope this isn't one of those matches. To like, and just Istria having like nearly 20 years of experience under his belt, to just immediately go, all right, calm down. This is what we're doing. Let's go. We've got to get back here. Again, it's why he is where he is in Rampage as like the head trainer. It's why that guys like Jag and Bronson Reed, Jonah Rock entrusted him in taking over that sort of school while they're off being megastars in other places.
Yeah, exactly.
And like his experience also shone through in that promo too, when the microphone just was not cooperating, and he was just like, "Screw it, I don't need it. I'll just yell."
Well, he's been up here for long enough, so he went through the real bad stages of Queensland production.
Oh yeah. Moving on though to the main event.
I think him screwing it. I was just let me say this, Lachlan. I think him going, "Screw it, I'll just yell," actually added to the emotion of it, which really, really helped the promo in a lot of ways. So not only did he adapt, but he also was smart enough to know this could help the promo. Great work.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the main event, the ACW tag team titles on the line in a 4-way ladder match. The Heat, Snacks and Vincent De Maria, the champions coming in, had to defend against Way Too Slick, Malachi Slick and Wes Ryan, the Austronadian Express, Hugh Beauty and Giro, and the scummy old bastards B.O.B. and Joey Triton, with Way Too Slick managing to get the win in this one. Jeff, what did you think of this absolute chaos 4-way tag team title ladder match?
Look, this was ridiculous and silly and fun, but perfect as a main event for that show. Bongo Sours is probably the thing that I'm still giggling about, because it's Banjo Powers'
great
heel persona, Bongo Sours. Isn't it so funny? The Heat really, really, really make me laugh. We can't say enough good things about Snacks and Vincent De Maria. But I really like the other teams as well, because they seemed not to be with their typical tag partners. So that kind of gives them some leeway for more craziness. I just thought this was a terrific match. And I wasn't entirely surprised by the title change, because, I think ACW is about, and Todd, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's about fostering younger talent and kind of getting them ready for RCW, like an NXT, really. So I kind of like that it's gone to a bit more of an unknown.
ACW are like a unique brand because they have both. They have Wrestle Rampage guys and they have like Riot City guys. So it's almost like both of the guys, both companies send us your young guys and we can use them here. We can give them more time. We can really help like polish them up. And just like the difference in presentation between CBTM and the Heat is just miles apart. Like
exactly what I was going to say. Like,
if it wasn't in the same town, people could be fooled to not know that they were the same. Like it was the same act, if you know what I mean. Just because of how far separated the two characters in that are. But yeah, it's you're right. They're one of those ones where like, but it's not just Riot City. It's both places. It's Riot City and Rampage. Like that's why like Wes Ryan's there. Wes Ryan's a Rampage guy, and I think so's Dylan Taylor, if I'm not mistaken. And Corndog, and you know what I mean. There's like
Leah.
They're littered through. Yeah, and Leah. They're littered through. Both like brands are littered through. That's what's it's this wonderful like nexus of RC and Rampage.
Macho Man Andy Savage is pitching us a dream match of the Heat versus CBTM, which that would blow the roof off the place, wouldn't it? Jamie, what did you think of this 4-way ladder match for the ACW tag team titles?
This was wild in terms of like characters and some of the crazy ladder spots and things that they did. I love the idea of seeing teams like the Heat / CBTM and Bongo Banjo having opportunities to like experiment and test out different versions of characters and things like that, where they can try stuff and not feel like if I do this it's going to like derail stories or things. Like I can do something just silly and fun and I might learn something from that then I can bring back into the CBTM main stuff. There was one spot in this where I was like, oh, that was risky, where the ladder was set up in the corner and I think it was Jiro went for like the poetry in motion, but the busted brackets were like sticking out and I was like, oh, that could have been really, really bad, but thankfully he seemed to come out of that fine.
Yeah, absolute chaos in the main event. And this is all, continuing forward for ACW because Adelaide Championship Wrestling is back this weekend on Saturday, May 2nd for Can't Be Touched at the Russian Community Centre in Norwood. I do think that it's really fun seeing the community centres of Adelaide continue to get a run through ACW. Harkening back to that history that Istria was talking about after he won the title. Alex Fireheart mentions that Bongo bringing out the stepladder and thinking it'd actually work was quite funny. Not the first time that's happened in wrestling, sure, but the sheer smug confidence he does with it sells it. Yeah, this is exactly what we're seeing with ACW, and it's a promotion that's absolutely worth keeping up with. So if you're in the Adelaide area, make sure you check out Adelaide Championship Wrestling this weekend.
Do you want to
watch this show free on YouTube?
Sorry, do you want to hear some of the matches that are on this weekend for Can't Be Touched?
Yeah. Fire away, Mr. Eastman.
Axe and Violet in a dog collar match.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Kit and Mr. Cliff for the Evolve title. Redshaw and Corndog. And the main event is an ACW heavyweight title match, a submission match between Brady and Istria.
Oh.
Adelaide, you are eating good this weekend.
Yeah, that's a fucking stack.
If I wasn't busy this Saturday night and I had a car or money or circumstances weren't as they are, I'd be flying down for that. That's phenomenal. What a
that's
show.
a ripping card. That's unreal.
Yeah, if that was an RCW show, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's an ACW show, and it's like, that's insane.
But it just shows how much they're growing as a promotion too.
Yeah. It is so worth supporting Adelaide Championship Wrestling at the moment because they're doing such fun stuff. And, on one hand, you've got what the Heat is doing, and on the other hand, you've got Dog Collar, Axe Massacre, and Violent Blitz, right? Jeff, what were you saying there?
It seems that, and no offense against previous owners of either of these companies we're talking about, but the companies we're talking about tonight both have newer owners. So well done to I think it's Dylan, who now owns ACW and is doing a bang-up job, and also the folks who have just gotten PCW because they're about to launch into one of their biggest shows of the year. See, that was a segue as good as you could get, Lachlan.
It was pretty good, Jeff. Can't complain. Wild Angel also says ACW leaves some main event matches for the rest of us. But Jeff's exactly right. Adelaide Championship Wrestling is not the only company with a major show on this Saturday. PCW have their Royal Rumble coming up. And I'm going to shout out that we watched the Ignition.
Also, it's not Dylan that owns ACW, brother.
That's not Dylan. Sorry.
PCW Ignition went on to build up to this Rumble, and we watched what was, I thought, an absolutely cracking show. We said last time we talked about PCW that it is one of like the most TV ready promotions. The fact that they're constantly cutting to replays and building these long-term stories. Like we're going to see here, this show opened with an Ignition title match with Ryan Rapid defending that title against Gabriel Wolf, who was making his return. I will say about Gabriel Wolf is someone who, because he's been wrestling for so long, it's something that happens with wrestlers who've been doing it for a long time, where they get a new bit of gimmick that gets attached to them and they keep that forever. And then they get another bit of new gimmick that gets attached to them forever. So if you haven't seen Gabriel Wolf before, he shows up and he's wearing this big flowing Japanese coat and also one furry arm. And he's got like the bad boy logo from like skate culture in the 2000s. And he's got like shock white hair. And it's just this wild mishmash of things that it's a little bit like, just trying to put all this stuff on. When you take it all off, he's just a good wrestler, and he's just like a good heel worker who's going to make you cheer for the babyface. And Ryan Rapid does not need a lot for the fans to cheer for him. But Wolf was doing everything in his power to make sure that the fans were 100% in Rapid's corner. And it worked. The fans were rabid for Rapid here. Jamie, what did you think of Wolf versus Rapid for the Ignition title?
I had down that this was a great opener, and it's like you said, that clear fan favorite and villain dynamic really got the crowd fired up for this and worked really well. I really enjoyed this show overall too, because this felt like watching PCW's Raw, not PCW's pay-per-view show. And there was definitely a clear delineation between this is the show we basically run every week, and it had a few more promo talk segments, backstage things, and then the matches were a little bit tamed, scaled back, not all out balls to the wall all the time. And yeah, I just really liked it. And Ryan Rapid is just so fluid and just constant motion when he's in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff, have you got thoughts on Ryan Rapid versus Gabriel Wolf for the Ignition title?
I have a lot of thoughts, and I'll share them with you now. Mainly, great to see Gabriel Wolf back because he hasn't been around for a bit. Thanks for popping on that one. And go figure, Ryan Rapid is entertaining and great, and he's been in PCW so long, and he's worked so well as a heel, and to see him work this well as a face is just fantastic. I thought this was a really good opener, solid, got a decent amount of time, and really worked well.
Yeah, absolutely. This moved into a promo segment between Aisha and Rochelle Rogue for the PCW Women's Championship, which is going to be on the line at the Rumble. I do have a little bit of a problem with this one. My main problem is that the big build up and culmination when they start hitting each other is when one of them calls the other a bitch. And I'm a little bit over the trope of when you've got two women in a ring, one calling the other one a bitch is the worst possible thing you can say, and that leads to the blow up. I know that PCW is more of a family friendly promotion, but
can't exactly drop the C-bomb, brother.
No, I'm not saying that, but like these two were like at each other's throats, and then oh my goodness, the B word being the thing that blows it up. Like that doesn't quite click for me with how much emotion was in, especially what Rochelle was saying about Aisha being the roadblock that's been just preventing her from being where she should be. Like to be called a bitch to be the breaking point was a little bit iffy for me. But I think also, that
Aisha's nickname is the First Class Bitch.
Yeah.
Why would that annoy her that much?
No,
like
because she didn't say first class.
I was about to say
regular bitch. She's not a regular
economy.
She's the first class one.
I pursuant to that, Todd, I almost expected Aisha to go, you put first class on my name when you say it, and it kind of lift and pick up from there. I think just calling her a bitch, I agree, it kind of didn't work for me, but more so from the perspective of she claims to be a bitch. She claims to be the first class bitch. This shouldn't offend her at all.
Yeah, which to me, the problem with that was I was really enjoying, especially Rochelle's side of this promo. I thought that she was nailing, actual meaning in why she was going for this title, why Aisha was a personal problem for her, why it was more than just a match for a bit of leather with some metal on it. Todd?
I'm a little confused though. Can you tell me who's the babyface and who's the heel in this?
Aisha.
Aisha's the babyface. I know. Right.
But also the story going into it, I'm just like, yeah, well, Rochelle kind of did get screwed left, right, and center here going into it. Like, why did that Natasha chick get the shot when Rochelle had beaten her the week before? Like, none of that kind of would have made sense if she was a heel and going, I'm being wronged here and I'm being a babyface, sorry, but I'm being wronged here and I'm being against the odds. But when it's the heel that keeps happening to me, she's kind of got a point here.
Yeah, but I think and I am going to slightly defend PCW here. I think currently they're giving people more options from a Shades of Grey perspective, which I really like. Like, yes, it's a family-friendly.
I was about to say, mate, I hate to break this to you. That's not a Shades of Grey crowd.
No,
kids need the clear good guy, bad guy.
I think it's working from my perspective, because even though Rochelle has a point, there was circumstances in both losses. So it wasn't, and the thing I would like to see to close the loop is Aisha kind of going, maybe you're angry at the wrong person. But I think it depends how Saturday night goes for me.
Yeah, there's an element there where I think it would be interesting if Aisha had said, you're getting what you earned. You earned a shot at the title on a big stage, and that's what you're getting, right? Like, more positioning Rochelle as being a little bit unreasonable, where the way that it was presented, she does have a really good point. And I think often you want the heel to be technically correct but wrong in spirit. And here Rochelle just feels pretty correct. So getting that wrong in spirit part, I think would have put this over the edge. But other than that,
yes, we're sort of picking apart those couple of issues with the storyline. Production-wise, I think you've got to give them credit for showing those replays of
100%.
Aisha losing to Natasha, or Aisha beating Natasha,
me.
Rochelle losing to Natasha and being like, hang on, or beating Natasha and not getting the match.
That's what made me go, hang on, that makes no sense. Why are they why did they do it this way? Like if they hadn't done it, I wouldn't have known. They would have said, she's the number contender, this is what happened, they won it. You know what I mean?
I think there's something really complimentary to be said for the PCW editor who takes his time, or takes their time, does a fantastic job, and also enables you to have backstory and still get it out within a fortnight. It's one of the reasons why subscribing to the PCW network is a must. On a side note, that Murdoch JJ Furno ladder match is now on their YouTube channel for free. We have flat out raved about this match. We have shared far and wide how fucking good this match is. So please, if you haven't already seen it, go to the PCW YouTube channel and check it out, because it is one hell of a match.
Absolutely.
And like,
Alex,
also shout out, there are moving graphics for the Royal Rumble.
So good.
So good.
Well done.
So good.
Yeah, Alex Fireheart suggests you're not the first class bitch, you're a low class bitch. Could have worked better. Absolutely agree there, Alex. But like, I think in general, this was a really fun contract signing segment. It did everything you expect from a contract signing segment, especially for the kids in the audience.
As a side note, because you brought up like bitch today, I think it was Jamie would be able to tell me better too. Didn't Tekla have a great comeback for that this week in an interview on Dynamite?
Yeah, she was asked, why do you keep calling everyone bitches around here? And she goes, because there's so many of them. If there weren't so many of them, I would stop calling people bitches.
Yeah.
There are too many stupid bitches around.
Really, I love what Tekla's doing. Moving on to a match that I thought was pretty bloody exceptional. Sam Yanis taking on Murdoch one-on-one. Murdoch having Jarvis on his corner, Sam Yanis having Ben and Breakfast on his. But the majority of this match played out really physical. I want to say, Murdoch, make sure you're taking care of your knees, brother. But that backbreaker over the shoulder, hooly dooly, do that every 6 seconds, mate. Wowza. Like, everything that Murdoch did hit hard here. Sam Yanis is a great baby face for that to be going into. I'm not sure about the finish where Murdoch was seemingly beaten by a misplaced water pistol from Jarvis.
How's that
Jarvis
not a DQ? Where's your DQ
Jarvis
there?
Spraying Murdoch with the super soaker. Like, jeepers creepers. I get that, again, family-friendly show. We're building up. We're getting a good guy a win. But, like, it's a little bit silly, isn't it? You know,
great match, average finish, average way of getting to it.
Yeah,
unless they're teasing Murdoch versus Jarvis, then I'll be fine with that.
There was a moment there where I went, if Murdoch turns on Jarvis, goes, "You cost me the match," and just pile drives the piss out of him, that would have gone well for me. Because again,
I think
those
you
boys
might
can
see,
both work. They know each other well.
I think you might see Jarvis like accidentally
eliminate him from the Rumble.
Murdoch. Yeah, and this thing just keeps. I think that is like the start chapter of like a slow burn that is gonna like culminate.
Constantly, Jarvis has been like, "Oh, it was an accident. I didn't mean to."
Sorry, man.
And Murdoch being like, "Come on, man, again."
Either that,
Todd, what did
either that,
I'm sorry, Jeff.
or you go completely against type in that Jarvis is going, "Oh, sorry, man, didn't mean to," and they actually make Murdoch a sympathetic babyface through all of this. And they
it's possible, but I just want Murdoch the killer.
Yeah, Murdoch the murderer sounds so much better.
And, and it would really help Jarvis, being that he could play Jarvis, the same Jarvis in MCW as well as.
Yeah, who I might add still has heat with Lachlan. Just making sure you guys remember.
Yeah, I know. Todd, what did you think of this match between Yanis and Murdoch?
Like, honestly, what I said before, like sums it up. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a badly booked ending. The match itself was great. Everything that happened inside the match was great. The ending was just like, that's what you're going to do with these two guys. Okay.
Did it also make Ben and Breakfast look like terrible friends?
The commentators didn't help, where they were doing nothing, and the commentators pointed that out as Jarvis kept interfering on behalf of Murdoch.
Yeah.
But wasn't it the heel manager, the heel commentator doing that? It's kind of his job.
Yes.
Yeah. It just, I was watching it being like, Ben and Breakfast really do kind of suck as seconds here.
And I do want a sexy Breakfast Boys t-shirt because I think that would be delicious. Just the sexy Breakfast Boys. Chef kiss funny. Chef kiss funny.
Moving on from this one, we had a promo from Lucky O'Leary declaring that the human weapon is ready to explode. I think this was Human Nuke. Sorry. Human Weapons, Charlie Evans. Human Nuke is Lucky O'Leary. Got mixed up for a second there. My apologies to both.
You don't want to fight either of those two.
I do not want to be in either of their bad books. My goodness. Lucky O'Leary really delivering with this promo. I think that he had, building to a Royal Rumble, you get a lot of one person shows up in a ring and declares that they're going to be in the Rumble, and making that promo interesting can be a challenge. I think Lucky did a good job of that here. Do you agree, Jamie?
I love this promo. I thought it was brilliant to get over that, yes, I'm going to be in the Rumble and I have a really solid chance of winning this, but also to emphasize that new Human Nuke character as well, of tying it all back into that. I thought this was a great promo.
Yeah, absolutely. This then led into a one-on-one match between Shen and Wake. This is in the aftermath of last time we watched PCW. Shen showed up in a mask to take out Wake mid-match. And this is Shen's kind of return to proper action here at PCW. Prince Shen looking really good for this. We talked about Wake last time and just his ability to, for someone who's been doing it for a long time, be energetic, be fresh, and be loved by that crowd despite being quite a strange character. But the X factor here was Jamie Tagatese, who made his way to the ring, the big man making himself an ally of Prince Shen. And I think he looked like $1 billion here. My goodness, what a beast. Jeff, what did you think of this match, and what did you think of Jamie's debut?
Shen is another one who has improved in front of our eyes. Like, this was a good match, and it wasn't just Wake. It was both of them. And then the big man coming out at the end, I was like, hang on, recheck. Yes, Jeff Cobb is with WWE. He looked like Jeff Cobb, and he moved amazingly. My only slight problem was some of the camera cuts in this. You couldn't quite see his face properly till, like, they should have given you a decent close-up of him so you could just see his bulk and the way he is that massive. But, geez, a terrific match and a great finish. And I really like the idea of this guy being Shen's heater, because Shen's huge and this guy's even bigger. Goodness gracious. Just a terrific piece of work. I think Shen as a heel is so much more interesting.
Todd, what did you think of this match, and what did you think of Tagatese as the heater for Prince Shen?
I was about to say, I kind of, I completely butchered the spelling on it, so it didn't really help him. I kind of feel for every, like, Islander, Maori, Samoan worker coming through at the moment, because you're instantly going to get those comparisons with, like, Bloodline, like Jonah, not Jonah, bloody Fatu, Jacob Fatu, like, all that's kind of, you know what I mean? You're instantly going to get that comparison, depending on what type of Samoan or Islander you are when you're in the ring. Because, like, instantly you see him, you're like, oh, that's like, he's kind of like a mix between, like Jacob and then also Rhino, or, you know what I mean? Or Jeff Cobb. And, like, it's a whole, he looks like $1 million and looks like he's got a massive, like, upside to him. I think he is he a Farley guy? Or am I just generalizing there? Because
IPW New Zealand.
IPW New Zealand, okay. So I was right.
And he's Korean, isn't he? Actually, is he Samoan or is he Asian?
That last name doesn't really sound very Korean, brother.
What is a Kiwi? Pretty sure he's from New Zealand.
Yeah,
and yeah, like he's
right.
been wrestling over there a lot. Like he was the guy in New Zealand.
I mean, it shows.
Okay.
Michael from Moonsault Press mentions that he saw Tagatese in the pre-show of the OPW showcase. Absolutely incredible.
You went underwater.
I'll just say that one. Michael from Moonsault Press says, I saw Takatasi in the pre-show of the OPW showcase. Absolutely incredible. Can't wait to see more of him. Lachlan, you're underwater. And Bloody DJ chips in with, it would be tough having a legacy like that to follow up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe that pre-show match, was against Shotgun Matt Farrow, by the way. So that is something that I would be pretty interested to try and track down.
Yeah. The match itself was really good because, like, Wake's like a small, skinny Mick Foley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just throws his body around, kind of Darby-ish, but not. Like, I could see a lot of comparisons between Darby and him.
Oh, yeah.
But he was around a long time before Darby even decided to put on those skin-tight pants. Yes, Jamie. I'm Jeff.
The only thing I want to add is there was one move in that match that could have gone horribly wrong, and it was a sidewalk slam as Wake ran off the ropes. It just looked like timing was off or something was wrong in that move. It's just a note to please be more careful. If you're not going to hit the move cleanly, especially something like a sidewalk slam, it looked like Wake took a lot of that on his neck. So to the wrestlers, this is why you do neck bridges. But please, 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 a move like that just could have gone so badly wrong. And I'm glad Wake was able to continue and was clearly okay. Yeah, that just that note, please take more care.
Yeah, it looked like Shen's feet just got out from underneath him. He stumbled a bit and then momentum kind of just took it and they couldn't really do much about it. But yeah, I just looked up. Jamie has 8 years of experience. So he's been wrestling in New Zealand since 2018. He's wrestled IPW, SPW, NHPW.
We don't really get to see much of IPW though, do we?
No,
you don't really see it cross. I think they've got a streaming service as well. So a lot of times, if you don't share like 1 or 2 shows on your YouTube, it doesn't really get out to people. Lost. Yeah, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Especially since so many promotions now are going to, especially with the slow death of Triller. It seems like every promotion now is going to YouTube. Because they might not be able to monetize it like they could with Triller, but they're still getting it out there. They're still monetizing it. Maybe, there's more advertising than anything else. And then just that. I thought the match was really good. I thought Shen, for the comeback, great as a heel. Great having this big monster behind you as a heater when you still look like $1 million yourself. It's going to be interesting to see where they go because I got a feeling Wake probably isn't finished with the 2 of them. So we'll see how that goes moving forward.
Absolutely. The next match was about to be a tag team match, but as the announcements were getting started, Anthony Dangerfield made his way to the ring and took out the ring announcer, had our illustrious general manager come out to, and by the way, him just doing an awesome job. Right? Come out to Camby just killing it across this show in both the contract signing between Aisha and Rochelle and this promo. And Dangerfield was suspended by Camby and then took Camby out with a big old stomp before getting ejected from the building. Jeff, what did you think of this setup for Dangerfield taking out a big part of the non-wrestling part of PCW?
I really appreciated this because it shows you, because it was a head-based move and Camby had claimed earlier in the night, I retired because of concussions. He just said it as a throwaway during the contract signing. You remember it. Anthony Dangerfield attacks a head move, which is obviously quite safe. I mean, obviously Camby wouldn't take anything that he's not comfortable taking. And the promo itself and the insanity in Dangerfield's eyes was chef kiss good. I thought this was well-paced, really, really nice piece of work. And I'm interested to see how it impacts the Rumble this Saturday. I think it's just terrific. There's nothing but good about that one.
Yeah, because he got kicked out of the Rumble after doing that. So.
Yeah. But I don't think he's taken that lying down.
No, I can't imagine that he is.
And like you said, I'm glad that they referenced it earlier in the contract signing, which is at the time I was like, why did Camby cut off Rochelle to get that line in? Because he kind of like told her to shut up for a second. I really need to say this. And then when this moment happened, I was like, okay, I get why he had to cut her off to make sure that he got that line in.
And I think like it's a shame Camby can't wrestle anymore. He's so fun and so entertaining, and he'd be a great wrestler in PCW. But I think equally being a like the general manager type figure is so good for Camby, because his promo work, particularly as a face, is terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the match that was supposed to happen before that Dangerfield incident, which was the Invincibles, the team of Slingshot and Superbush, a superhero who bears a striking resemblance to Bush Kelly, and their mystery tag team partner, the debuting Captain Cletus, who seemed to have learned some moves from Bush Kelly's old tag team partner, Cletus. They were taking on the Black Diamonds, Jackson Atlas, Jason Blade, and Seth Tanner. This was, I think, a bundle of fun, playing the goofy superhero characters up against the straight-up conniving numbers game heels of the Black Diamonds. Todd, what did you think of this 6-person tag action?
This is going to be a throwback that I don't know how many people will get, but they remind me so much of the Machines. The old Machines in the WWF and in New Japan. No, see, there was the Machines, right? And they just wore. Okay, so this is how like there was Big Machine, who was basically one of the Blackjacks. It was Wyndham. Big Machine, Giant Machine, who wore a striking
with the mask,
to Andre. Yes. Then there was Hogan Machine. There was Piper Machine. They weren't really trying to hide what it was, but they always denied about. Keep going.
Yeah, there was also Super Machine, who was played by not Barry Darso, the other guy.
Bill Eadie. Yeah, Mars Superstar, Bill Eadie. Bill Eadie. Yes. Thank you. But even when they, because I think they first came in as, it was like Blackjack and Big Machine, Bill Eadie. All of their promos were just like, all they would say was like Ichiban, Ichiban, Ichiban. So they would never actually speak, or just the one word that they could say in Japanese, and that was kind of it. That's what that was back in the day. I love that kind of a gig, and just the fact that they can have the fun with it, with like everyone knows who they are, but they'll still deny it. And the kids in the crowd, it's just that subtle wink to the crowd. Yeah, I thought it was great. Black Diamond's such a good trio.
Didn't they have Giant Machine, who was clearly Andre, and they would keep saying that it was Giant Baba?
Yes.
Yeah, the commentators are like, that's clearly Giant Baba under there.
Yeah, yeah. Where clearly there is a massive size disparity between Andre and Giant Baba.
Yeah. A width disparity.
And especially because the funniest thing about them was that whenever they'd cut an interview, Andre would just go, "Oh." So, you absolutely knew it was Andre the Giant as soon as he spoke. And he used to just
he didn't even change his tights. He just had he still had the one sash tie. It was like the only dude who ever had that.
So I guess if we're comparing the Invincibles to Andre and Hogan and Piper, they must be doing something right?
Yeah, I love the gimmick. Of like, we all know who's under it, but we're all going to play along with it. Although I must admit, I have no idea who Slingshot is. No idea.
No, me either.
He is Slingshot.
Yeah, there you go. He is Slingshot. Black Diamond's such
Kind
a
of
good
like
trio.
Blue Hurricane.
Yeah, very much so.
Very clearly a Hurricane Helms mask.
Yes. Love the Black Diamonds. Love the fact that they've like all their gear matches to the point where their sneakers all matched.
Yeah, they had the same
Being a
shoes.
sneaker dude, I'm just like, that must have been so funny walking and going, we'll have 3 pairs of these Puma MBs, thanks, mate. Yeah. Great team. Like they're a really good 3-man unit. Really good. Like you didn't really get to see it that we didn't really get to see it that much in Risk because it was like the tag team. But the 3 of them together is such a good, like well-oiled machine that it was really, really good to watch. And of course, setting up for like this weekend by getting one of the heroes getting the pin on one of the Black Diamonds is perfect because you lose nothing by losing a 6-man, and it sets up that these guys could beat a tag team. So they're going to get their shot next week. Come and see it. I thought it was such good work.
Like really classic booking there.
Like you were saying, I love that trio of the Black Diamonds. Like Jason and Seth give you the big sort of cheating monsters that are really difficult to get by. And then you just add in Jackson, who adds that bit of flashiness and the cheekiness as well with the talking, and like you just want to punch him. Yeah. But then he's got these 2 monsters protecting him, and you're like, well, I can't punch him.
Yeah.
It's a great trio.
Really, what I noted was even though like they lost, they're going to walk out on Saturday and just get so much heat from that crowd that it just there's something that really worked about not only the match was terrific, but it just worked in the context of the story they're telling with both Jason Blade and JJ and the Black Diamonds and the Invincibles. It did a nice thing in that it consolidated both stories really, really well and really, really easily, and did it in such a smart way. I loved this much more, and I actually think this should have been the main, and then they should have had the previous match, the next match before it. But that's a small criticism. If that's the only thing I'm going to say negative about it, that it's more a compliment to this match than anything about the main event as well.
Absolutely.
And also, are they free-birding the titles as well?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, free bird rule for the titles. This led into a promo which is for a match that now won't happen. Unfortunately, JJ Furno has sustained an injury, so he won't be able to be wrestling this Saturday. So there will be a replacement match for the build that we're about to talk about. But I actually quite liked this build and this promo. Furno came out to speak to Jason Blade of the Black Diamonds and said, you know, you've made it clear you want a shot at this title. I'll give it to you. But the condition is this title isn't for someone who's going to hide behind trios partners. You got to do this by yourself. That's the deal if you're getting this match. And from there, Atlas and Tanner went to go and jump Furno, and Blade held them back and kind of gave the sense of, yeah, I want to do this one-on-one, which, you know, moving forward, whether that is what happens, if that's not what happens, if Blade goes, I can't do it, I need the diamonds, whether the diamonds get involved and Blade goes, I was trying to do this without you. There's so many interesting ways that story could go, and I think this little promo segment really made me excited to see which direction they pick. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, opens up so many doors.
Without a doubt. The only small thing I have is, JJ, if you're going to ask a question, please don't always finish with the word "ha," because it's something that the fans can jump on and it can derail your promos. So please, if you've got a question, don't finish with the word "huh," because you did it a few times at the beginning of the promo, and if you remember, people can just jump on you for stupid shit, and wrestling fans will jump.
The game.
What?
Exactly. What? So please just abate that when you're cutting a promo. But otherwise, a great promo outside of, because
and I think largely that's just JJ's way of talking, right? That's not like something that he's probably thought about. That's just JJ. So that's just a thought to have.
It's clearly a subconscious thing, and I'm not being critical of you personally. I'm just noting to improve. You possibly want to eliminate that from your lexicon while cutting a promo because fans are stupid.
Yeah, vary it up. The main event
Jeff
of this
just
show...
No, Jeff just admitted he's stupid. That's fine.
We need someone in
I'm
Victoria
just calling
to
you
hate
stupid,
Jeff
Jamie.
instead of me, please. Please.
Oh, and you.
Yeah, that's right. The main event of this, a loser...
sorry, because I have a feeling that Jeff might be there on the weekend. So everyone at PCW that's a fan, he called you a loser.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I didn't.
And also, JJ...
I can play that back.
Jeff's there, get him.
Yeah.
The main event, Orion Menson versus Levi Nixon, with the loser entering at number 1 in the Rumble, which the miracle Levi Nixon is now going to have to try and overcome after this match with Orion coming out on top. I really liked Orion Menson here. I thought he looked fantastic. Really great look, great vibe, really nailing it. Jamie, what did you think of this main event between Menson and Nixon?
Yeah, I enjoyed this as well. Orion is deceptively tall. I didn't think he was that big, and then he walked down and was like, oh, he's actually kind of big. And yeah, I loved his character work. The way he just like played into the whacked out surfer guy.
Yeah.
I believed every part of that.
Yeah, nailing it. Jeff, your thoughts on this game?
I love this. I really did. There was a moment in this match when Menson looked at the character, and I don't know exactly when it was. It was quite early in. He just looked at the camera, and his character just went, "I'm a psychopath. I'm not well." He looked angry. He looked uncomfortable, and he just kind of glared at the camera before going and picking Levi up from the mat. It was a really well-paced and well-worked match. I think Levi being number 1 in the Rumble is a great call. He's got a lot of experience to calm the newer workers down, and he's also someone who can anchor a match and go quite a long time. Like, he's got a good cardio system. The gimmick is great. Look, I just think it's going to be a terrific Rumble, but I also think this match was fantastic. Orion's character work was great, and Levi just kicked it out of the park. Really good match.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I don't think I would have had a loser goes in first match, though. Just because I immediately went, oh, well, Orion is not going in first because he's a heel.
Well, you would think, well, not necessarily, but you would think that they would do something like winner gets 30th, loser comes first.
Yeah, at least then it would have made it a little bit more of a toss-up on who was winning for me. Because I immediately just went, oh, well, Levi's losing.
And I think
it makes more sense for him to be first.
Yeah. But, I mean...
but you got to think about it. Like, how many times did they... Yeah. Also, though, how many times did you have that gimmick where, like, Ted DiBiase tried to buy a higher spot so they made sure he was number 1 the next year? Like, heels do come out number 1.
But then the other thing to think about as well is just that I think that the crowd that PCW is often working in front of isn't watching as much wrestling as we are and thinking about Rumble entrance order as much as we are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the kids in that crowd saw that match and go, oh, well, they're putting Giannis in at number 1 because he's a babyface to fight the odds. Right?
Yeah,
like,
and
that's...
Jeff said they're stupid, so...
Yeah, that's what I
Did just call me a nerd?
Okay.
Pot kettle.
What I also... I missed that, and I think I choose to miss that.
No. Lachlan just got a quick jab in on Jamie. That's all.
What did you say, Lachlan? You look awfully pleased with yourself, mate.
No, he's like, did you just call me a nerd? And Lachlan just goes, pot kettle. Real quick.
I really also liked that Levi stopped to sign autographs, and the camera crew didn't cut away from it. They kept it in the edit, which I think is a really nice thing and a nice message to send to other people who might go to a PCW show, that it is very family oriented and kind of is a bit of a throwback almost. And so I think that was a really smart edit. The match was terrific. Go figure. Two really good workers. Orion Manson, you're right, Jamie. That gimmick is on point. So good.
I will say too, like props to him, because I think we saw him for the first time at Renegades not too long ago. And then, I don't know how long he's been working on regular shows on PCW. I can't imagine it would have been too long. But it's one of those things where, I made a real note, mental note to say, I want to see if he stays in character. And he's not one of those guys that as soon as the bell rings, he's wrestler. Because if I remember at Renegades, he was very much that. He had gimmick, and then as soon as the bell rang, I was like, I'm a wrestler. Whereas in this one, very much worked on the character all the way through, which I thought was really, really good. He's a very good worker. There's a lot of for being, I say that very good as where he is in his career. Massive upside to the kid too. So it's going to be very, a lot of guys on here, it's going to be very, very interesting to see where they are in a year or two.
Oh, absolutely. And if you want to be watching to see where they are in a year or two, you can watch this show as well as a bunch of other PCW shows on the PCW network. You can Google PCW network. You can head to video.pcw.com.au, or you can just go to pcw.com.au and get the link from there. But if you want to see it this weekend and you're in Victoria, the PCW Royal Rumble is going to be happening. That's this Saturday, May the 2nd, at the Southeastern Entertainment Centre. You can get your tickets at pcw.com.au for matches like the Tag Team Championships on the line with the Black Diamonds defending against Invincibles, like Ryan Rapid defending the Ignition Championship against Sam Yanis, like Aisha defending the PCW Women's Championship against Rochelle Rogue, and like the PCW Royal Rumble, which is going to be absolutely stacked to the gills, as well as presumably a replacement match for that national championship.
I was going to say, are we allowed to spoil what that match is?
Yeah. As far as I know, we have full permission to go ahead.
Get yourself in trouble
and say what the match.
I was going to say, do you want to maybe check that in the break before?
You want to check that before?
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to get you in trouble there, Jeff.
More
you live
trouble
down there,
mean.
not me.
Yeah. I just looked up Orion Menson's cage match as well. So he's debuted in 2023. But it's only been this year and last year that he's been wrestling outside PCW.
Okay.
So basically, 18 months, if that.
So a lot of promise there.
Very well progressed.
But it's good to see, because I think Clydesdale's at the Rumble as well. So there'll be a lot of names from your MCW roster and stuff like that. So it'll be good to see those guys pop up as well in that show. Sorry, Jeff?
There's 20 men, and I think realistically it could go to one of 5 or 6 people. If Murdoch wins, it wouldn't be a surprise. If Jarvis wins, it wouldn't be a surprise. Obviously, the Human Nuke has got one hand on that. Clydesdale winning wouldn't be a surprise. Menson wouldn't be a surprise. And then we've got the Tagatese could be. So there's so many directions it could go, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, really, really exciting stuff at the PCW Rumble this Saturday.
Okay, I've just been given word. Sorry, Lachlan. I've just been given word that we can announce that the replacement match for Blade and Furno will be Shanky versus Slade Mercer. Now, I have heard that the match Shanky had on Sunday was actually pretty good. So I imagine this will be a banger because Slade Mercer is a really good worker.
Slade Mercer's been a favorite of mine for a long time. He was actually one of the guys who got me into Aussie wrestling, believe it or not.
Is he as good as Shane Mercer?
So there you go.
He's no Shane Mercer, but
but I just want to tell you that tells you how much you should listen to Wrestle Radio Australia on a Thursday night here at Twitch.tv.
An exclusive announcement of an international matchup, because Slade's from New Zealand and you've got Shanky's over here at the moment, right? So they pulled out the stops to get that replacement match in. Well done to PCW. That's huge props. Now, we've mentioned two shows that are going to be happening this Saturday. We mentioned that in Victoria, PCW have they've got a couple of shows. They've got the Rumble that we were just talking about on Saturday, May 2nd. They've also got Slam featuring Evolution, which is going to be on Friday, May the 1st. And we mentioned that in South Australia, Adelaide Championship Wrestling have Can't Be Touched at the Russian Community Centre in Norwood on Saturday, May 2nd. But also in South Australia, if you want to check out wrestling, you can check out Pro Wrestling South Australia's Gold Rush. That's at the Greenwith Community Centre in Greenwith on Saturday, May 2nd. Meanwhile, in New South Wales, Newcastle Pro Wrestling has Shattered, which is an 18-plus show at Hamilton Hotel in Islington on Saturday, May 2nd. And Lucha Fantastica has the anniversary at Marrickville Town Hall in Sydney on Saturday, May 2nd. Meanwhile, in Tasmania, Tasmanian Championship Wrestling has Aftershock at the Elfin Sports Centre in Launceston on Saturday, May 2nd as well. So get out and get amongst it. Check out some Aussie wrestling. As well as that, we were talking about international matchups. Well, World Series Wrestling Megamania has tickets on sale now. If you are in Auckland, you can check out Megamania on October 29th. That's a Thursday night at the Sir Wolf Fisher Arena at the Dewdrop Event Centre. Up here in Brisbane on Friday, October 30th, they'll be at the Fortitude Valley Music Hall. In Adelaide on Saturday, October 31st at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. In Melbourne on Sunday, November 1st at the Melbourne Pavilion. And in Sydney, closing out the tour on Monday, November 2nd at Evans Theatre at Panthers Penrith. It's got a huge lineup already. Andrade, Shayna Baszler, Sammy Guevara, Scarlett, Karrion Kross, all already announced with more to come. You can get your tickets for that at worldserieswrestling.com.au for all of those. And be aware that, they'll sell out. The Rise Against tour still hasn't come through, and we're worried about Megamania tickets. So that should be a sign to you to get on those ASAP. As well as that, Bloody DJ said, so glad to see the Coffs Harbour show announced this week. Last year was a banger, hoping to get there. Yes, Pro Wrestling League's Chaos in Coffs 2 had its big official announcement made this week. And I know that between you and me, a lot of those tickets have been sold already. So if you're in the Coffs Harbour area and you want to check out the return to CEX of Pro Wrestling League, you'd better get amongst that quick. Speaking of getting amongst it, we're going to be getting amongst a lot of stuff in the second half of this show, between AEW filing trademarks, WWE releasing wrestlers, New Japan having Wrestling Dontaku go forward. There's a whole lot of everything, along with our chicken salad and our chicken shit that we talk about every week. So we're going to be talking about that right after this.
Do your job. Get over there. What? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Get off my property! Give me this! I'm gonna make you my bitch! Wait a second! Dog collar match!
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian Wrestling Card, showcasing the most electrifying talents Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, Ozres cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait. Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/OzRes cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang.
Everyone in ACW is conspiring against me. I know it now. That whole match was set up because no one can beat the chaplain of the old guard one-on-one. And Istria, you had the gall, you had the guts, you had the apparent cojones to call me out after you just screwed me out of my title, saying that no one else is going to get a shot unless you break every bone in my body. Well, how about on May 2nd, I break you at your own game. You and me for the ACW Heavyweight Championship in a submission match. Ah!
I don't know, I'm so angry, but I guess we've got to get this done.
Nick.
Oh!
Nick. Thank you so much for your help out there. I really couldn't have done it without you.
Help? Kit! I wasn't trying to help you. I was trying to stop you. I've had enough, Kit. I've had enough of hearing about this conspiracy. I've had enough of your antics. And quite frankly, I've had enough of you. You are so close to not being here at ACW anymore. I swear.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like you've got me for a little bit longer because thanks to you, I have my rightfully deserved Evolve Championship match next show, and it's all thanks to you.
Thanks to me? Kit! Kit! Ah!
Well, you saw it. Party guy went out there, gave it his best. He did as much hip thrusts as possible. Unfortunately, Kit, you chose the easy way out. And now, you're the #1 contender for the ACW Evolve Championship. But Kit, you don't understand something. Because here, at ACW, the party is only just getting started. I'll see you soon.
ACW debut in the books, but I couldn't be more disappointed. I went out there, gave it my all, and couldn't get it done, you know?
Oi! Cornwall!
What do you want?
What do you think coming here at ACW ruined my chance at becoming the Evolve Champion, huh?
I think you ruined
Who do you think
my
you are?
chance.
Yeah, is that right, huh?
I'm
is that
a
what
big
you think,
man,
huh?
mate.
Yeah,
Come
big
on.
man, come on. Show me, prove it.
Hey, break this up! Hey, straight to me! Hey, come on! Hey, guys! We'll sort it out, okay? We'll sort it out!
Yeah, you better!
Hey everybody, it's Radar Superstar Adam Copeland. I got a bunch of handles. Anyway, call me what you want, but you are listening to WRA, Wrestle Radio Australia.
And we are back, and you are in the wrong spot, my friend. There we go. Boom!
Yeah.
Look at that. I can't do everything when it's playing videos. I can only do certain things. We're back. Unfortunately, Lachlan has had to step out. He has had something come up, so we're back being rudderless. So we will rudder our way through the rest of this show for the international portion of it. Luckily, we're not doing. What do you want to talk about this
I'm out.
week? So
I'm out. I want to listen to you guys for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, there will be another 2 hours of this crap coming along if it was left up to us to. We'll head on over to America.
I also want to make sure, as you did with me when I'd had a moment and needed to go, Lachlan, we hope you're okay, and those around you are okay, and we love you, mate. And take care of yourself, please.
Indeed. I guess for a terrible segue. People we're hoping take care of themselves are the people this week that WWE, they've instead of saying release now, they say have departed the company, because in between people that have been like let go, there are also people who they're just not re-upping their contract.
Yeah, not renewing
their contract. So it's sort of like a mix. We're not quite sure who's who, but yeah. So on April 24th, a number of WWE talent departed the company. The following names were either announced that they were leaving or confirmed by Fightful as leaving the WWE. And you would know that if you saw Zelina Vega's Twitch, where she was very happy that Sean Ross Sapp did.
Overjoyed.
She was very happy that happened. I'm just going to run through the names quickly, and then we can talk about them. First of all, I'll start with the guys from NXT before we go into the main roster. People that were let go from the NXT stable, I guess. Andre Chase, Tyra May Steele, who debuted in 24. She won the first season of LFG and was also she's a former Olympic gold medalist. So it was weird that they did let her go. But Dante Chen, who I actually was really shocked he was still signed, if we're being completely honest with you, because did not know. Luca Crisafino, Tyson DuPont, Sierra Linton, Trill London, Tariq Igwe, Malik Blade, and Chris Island, all from NXT, were let go. We move into the main roster WWE people. Look, I'll just cover the NXT first. A lot of them were just I think it's now every 6 months they're going to evaluate these people that are in NXT and that, and if they're not progressing the way they think they are, they're going to release them or just not re-up them when their contracts are up. It's as simple as that. Happens all the time when it comes to basketball and stuff like that. Yes, mate.
Is there anyone in that list that people outside of Tyra May Steele, because clearly that's a bit of a wait, what? But is there anyone else that you're kind of a bit thrown by them leaving? I mean, I don't know how much you both watch NXT or are across the NXT kind of...
Maybe, I kind of think Andre Chase had run his course.
Yeah, once Chase Hu kind of dissolved, it was like, what's he going to do?
So,
yeah, and they kept going
Malik
back
Blade,
to the well.
maybe, but it's just I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they're seeing stuff at training and stuff like that we're not seeing, and they're this guy's just not getting it, or they're not getting, or they don't. The biggest thing for me, right, is that I see these people get released, and the ones that get released, as soon as they get released, well, that's it, I'm retiring. That tells me that they never actually wanted to be wrestlers. They just wanted to. They just offered something.
They thought they were going to take the easy path.
Andre was in a tag team on the Indies before he was signed called the Bedlam Brothers, I think it was.
No, Bravado Brothers.
Bravado Brothers, thank you. Really entertaining. And I hope he sticks with it. Out of all of these names, I hope he sticks with it because he's so entertaining.
He's one of them that definitely will, because he's
he was an independent wrestler before. He wasn't signed out of college as an athlete.
Yeah, he was in Ring of Honor as the Bravado Brothers, I believe.
As the Bravado Brothers. I think he will also, because he made chicken salad out of the chicken shit that was the Andre Chase gimmick, way back, even before Vink, before any of that. He really, really made chicken salad out of that gimmick, because it could have been terrible.
Yeah.
And I imagine that Tyra May Steele, yes, former Olympic gold medalist, you would kind of have higher hopes on her, but not everyone is Kurt Angle.
Yeah. I actually think you'll probably see her turn up at that Real American Freestyle.
Alex has asked a great question around... Yeah. Alex has asked a great question. Does Andre keep Chase U going in a legally distinct way or not? I think he'll want to distance himself from it, personally.
I think he has to. He can go back to being a Bravado and it'll be fine. because he was a fairly established name.
Yeah.
On the Indies before signing with WWE. Yeah. So the main roster ones and ones that we will talk about, I guess, in depth after I say the names. I'm just going to run through them quickly, and then we can talk about what we think, what we don't think, all that sort of stuff after that. In no particular order: Nikki Cross, Zoe Stark, Joe Gacy, Bo Dallas, Alba Fire, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis. So basically all of the White Six got released. Motor City Machine Guns, Alistair Black, Zelina Vega, Apollo Crews, Santos Escobar, which is the kind of real shocking one because he only re-signed in April. So, yeah. And then finally, the biggest shock of all was Kairi Sane. I just don't know. Like, obviously, they were told... I'm assuming that WWE were told, well, from TKO, you need to get your wage down by this much. And so they went through these people and okay, they're really not, like, let's face it, White Six weren't exactly lighting the world on fire, whether through creative or otherwise. So,
I get the feeling those guys, the White Six, probably would have been cut last year if they didn't have that Universal Halloween Horror Nights deal last year with the Wyatts.
Maybe. Yeah.
And they just had to keep them around for that, get through that, and then we can do them in the next batch.
Yeah.
Because they weren't doing a lot.
No, they weren't.
No one's, and I mean, the guys will be fine. AEW is probably already reaching out to them, but the Motor City Machine Guns, who are essentially hired to keep them away from AEW, were there less than a year. Less than a calendar year.
Had one pay-per-view match in a 6-person ladder match. Or a 6-team ladder match.
But they had like a really good series when they first debuted on SmackDown with different teams. And I was like, wow, if they keep going like this, is going to be really, really good. But then it's just that thing where WWE just don't do tag teams well. No. Like since fucking like Bulldog's Heart Foundation days. They just haven't.
Oh, no, come on. Edge and Christian Hardys and the Dudleys also.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
That was
but that was
peak,
never... Yeah, but also that was never also a priority for old man Vince. No. He hated tag teams. So, like, they went through, like, Hardy Boys, Dudleys, Edge and Christian, that was through strength of will of those three teams. Of why
and they felt
so
like...
good.
WWE fell ass backwards into that. They really did.
Yes.
But...
Yeah.
And like Alex says, I'm shocked they didn't keep the Machine Guns just to then maybe transition them into a coaching role down in NXT, because those two guys would be invaluable for a younger generation of tag team.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Alistair Black, Zelina Vega, they weren't doing anything really but backstage vignettes. Like, there was a big rumor that he was supposed to be heavily involved in the Randy thing and got replaced with Pat McAfee, which isn't exactly the coolest thing to happen. Apollo Crews, I'll be honest with you, I forgot he was even signed.
Yeah, Apollo Crews was one of those ones where you're like, oh, okay, you were still getting paid. Well played.
Yeah.
And the Machine Guns too. It's very convenient.
He's fine. He'll go back to Dragon Gate, be UHA Nation. So.
Yeah, it's just the Machine Guns. It's funny that AEW have a date in Detroit. It was 95 days, literally after this. So I wonder if theirs was more of a, your contract is up around that time, and they had a feeling we're probably not going to get renewed, and they kind of teed up TK like, hey, we might be available around this time, because it just seemed very weird that date was announced.
I mean,
in the morning, and then later that day,
and
let go.
And it wouldn't entirely surprise me to see Malachi and Thea Trinidad in AEW either, because I think that it's...
Oh, no. No.
Oh, really? Really?
No.
Tommy left that bad.
The roster hates them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody on the roster wants to work with Alistair.
He was the cancer that Darby Allin was talking about that had left.
Yep. MJF put out a tweet saying want him. Sean Dean, who does a lot of the independent bookings for AEW, replied to someone, just said no.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see them back. I think if he wants to wrestle somewhere, he's going to TNA or he's going to Japan or maybe MLW.
Yeah.
He'll go to Japan.
Macho Man Andy Savage said, I thought Escobar was pretty egregious. Re-signed when he had offers to be elsewhere, to be released less than a year later, having barely been on TV.
Also injured and apparently allowed to rehab.
Yes. He's still allowed to go back to the PC to do his rehab until he's good to go. But it was also the fact that he was re-signed for a shitload of money, so I wouldn't really worry about that. He was in Japan. He was in Mexico working AAA for a lot of that time. But then also injured. When you keep getting injured and stuff like that, and they don't really want to use him, or they don't have an idea for him.
You're not Randy Orton.
No, I don't know why you're
shocked.
Yeah, honestly. Kairi Sane is the biggest shock to me. Even though, apparently Wrestling Observer came out with a thing going, well, she was going back and forth to Japan, so maybe she asked them to want to go back to Japan. Apparently since then, that's been debunked, as most things Dave says are.
But even if that was the case, it's not like she said, I want to go back today. So maybe it was a case of her contract is due up in a few months. She's not going to re-sign. So we might as well.
I mean, there are a few murmurs that she might just show up at Backlash to cost.
Oh, one of those releases.
Ask her ask the match, have that little goodbye moment, and then leave. There's rumors of that happening, but I don't know exactly how.
I think Kairi as a worker has been so criminally underused by WWE. She's healthy. She can work. If you want to see how good she is, watch her stuff in Stardom. It's fucking amazing. We don't get the full Kairi Sane in the same way we don't get the full Io Shirai. We don't get the full Kana. But
Jordan Grace came out and said they don't get to work the way they want to this week.
No.
Yeah.
No. But from my perspective, she and Zoe Stark are the two where I went. I mean, Zoe, yes, she has an injury issue at the moment, but
she's nearly cleared or just about cleared.
Yeah.
Come back.
So I was
Alba Fire too. Alba Fire too is
Alba Fire. What does that do to?
Great
what does that do to Chelsea's gimmick?
Well, she's still.
Oh yeah, true. Who's looking great, by the way. Piper looks terrific.
I will say this, right, and I hate the releases happen, and I wish that no one got fired and all that happy stuff. I completely understand, some people have lost their dream job. But would you rather be under contract and, being home and getting paid and not doing what you want to do? Or would you rather be able to go and try and make more
pursue your passion?
Yeah. Because let's face it, a lot of these people would have been sitting at home or just coming backstage to every fucking show, not being used, sitting in catering going, what am I fucking doing? I want to be, I feel like I'm one of the best, the WWE think I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world. They signed me, but they're not using me.
Well, if you look at what Nikki Glencross has been through in her decade plus with that company, what a legend. What an incredible worker to take any bullshit gimmick they've thrown at her and absolutely make it work. She is an exemplary performer. I think it is time for her to go because she can only improve elsewhere now. But anywhere that picks her up is getting surely a tremendous person who can adapt to anything they put in front of her.
Yeah. This is like Bloody DJ said. Research says WWE has at least 200 contracted superstars and only focuses on less than 80 of them each week. It's 100%. It's a tough business, and this is where
problem as well.
Yeah, 100%. And this is where like them not doing house shows anymore really hurts because they don't even get to have those reps out on the road. They're like, okay, I'm not on TV, but at least I'm doing this like the orange belt loop because they don't do them anymore. Same thing with like AEW is the same. There are so many people under contract sitting at home and like getting paid and like just to sit at home. Don't get me wrong. I would love to sit at home and get paid, but I'm also not a wrestler who is very good at what I do and knows that I could make more of myself if I was given the chance to be on TV.
Yep.
Part of the reason we've seen the improvement specifically in The Miz is because he was wrestling house shows sometimes twice a night because of the nuclear heat that guy can get. So he was in the second match on the card and this in one show and the semi-main in another just because of the heat he can get. And that's how he's improved so much. That's how now people, even the most cynical wrestler watchers go, yeah, The Miz goes all right. You know?
Yeah. But see, that's the reason why like it's taken people like Tiffany Stratton so long to get better because you don't get to work every week. You don't get to...
You work on one match a week if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's like that. What's that saying? You can become a master at anything after 10,000 hours of doing it. They're not getting a chance to do 10,000 hours.
No.
Because they just don't have the show. Like, I understand it's a business and it's all that, but they need to invest in those house shows because that's what makes the business stronger in the long run.
Yep. Which is where I guess like AEW have that benefit of, if guys want to, they can go and work the indies. It just seems like a lot of them don't want to.
Yeah.
I think that
it does make you wonder though what they, if, and I have no idea about any of this, so don't think that like, oh, Todd reckons that there's fun, because I have no idea. I don't know if AEW makes them charge a base rate to be on these shows, or if they can make their own deals. Because maybe AEW's like, yeah, you can go and work wherever you want, but this is what you have to get paid. Because you're an AEW contracted talent, and this is what we... Do you know what I mean? Because maybe that by doing that, they kind of price themselves out of the market.
I just think that if you look at the people that were released, particularly on the women's side of the roster, it's really disappointing. I mean... Kyrie,
especially when you look at
is
SmackDown,
probably my favorite. Yeah. Kyrie is in probably my favorite story in wrestling at the moment, and she's a key piece to that story. And they've just gone, yeah, well, she can go.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
It make that one to me. That one is the.
I hope you're right, Todd. I hope those was.
That one was the biggest.
Well, especially because, and this is probably going to be a part of my chicken shit. And especially because, like, there were chants for Kyrie on Monday that WWE muted the audience because there were chants for Kyrie on Monday. So they want, and that's really disappointing. They want us as viewers to forget that she existed. And the only reference to her was Asuka saying I had to let her go because I didn't want someone else to treat me the way you have. And that's just a cop-out.
Yeah, but it's a show. It's a story. They've got to keep moving on. They can't go, yeah, we know you want her back, blah, because they've got no intention of bringing her back, so why would you let the crowd do that?
Yeah. Todd, you might know timing-wise more. Was Santos kind of re-signed as part of the AAA push? Like when they purchased AAA? Would it have been around that same time?
When did he sign? April. So that was around WrestleMania. So yeah.
Yeah, so I
when
feel like
WrestleMania last year is when they announced that they bought AAA.
Yeah. So I wonder if there was a worry that he might
to
CMLL, and they went,
that was
let's
the
keep him
big rumor
to have a homegrown Mexican star that we can put in AAA. So maybe I wouldn't be shocked to see him in CMLL in 80 odd days.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It sucks, but it happens every year.
And bloody DJ,
next year, and we'll talk about it then. And also, too, you talk about
bloody
Jeff,
DJ. Yes,
you talk
Kairi
about
Sane
like
will definitely be using it.
Yeah. You talk about like the girls that are left. They have 1,000 girls in NXT.
Yeah. Yeah, they replenished that roster pretty quick last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have 1,000 girls in NXT. That is one thing you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, that show is 3/4 a women's wrestling show.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you, but some of these people built unique characters and stories, and I think that it's, Nikki Cross hadn't wrestled for about a year. And also she recently completed, I think it was a doctorate, so she's going to be fine. She's a very smart lady, and Kairi will be fine as well. But the disappointing thing is some of the stories they were telling were genuinely riveting and genuinely captivating in a way that some of the men's stories aren't. And so that, from that perspective, is what I'm saying is disappointing.
It makes it real disappointing that they didn't close out the Kyrie story at Mania.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That was just dumb. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's just dumb that they didn't do that because they had a whole thing. Could have easily done it.
But
yeah, close it out at Mania because we know we do releases after, just in case.
Yeah, like they could have done. They could have done the big turn. They could have done fucking like they do career versus career. Kairi Sane versus Asuka. Asuka gets the win, and then it leads to finally blowing off Io and Asuka.
Yeah.
I agree, but Paige has to re-debut, and that's way more important than a storyline that's been built for the better part of a year.
Just won't let that go, will you? I mean, at least she got to be with the belt.
I haven't been here since she debuted.
Nikki Bella.
Makes you more happy, yeah. More happy.
Sorry, Jamie.
Also moving on, Tiffany Stratton won the Women's United States title on the last week's SmackDown. I reckon that is mainly to try and possibly push
Blake Monroe.
God, not only Blake Monroe, but
Julia.
Who lost the title? Julia, up into that Julia Rhea kind of area, which will be awesome.
That'll sell some tickets.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of the next Monday Night Raw, SmackDown kind of things where we always see the debuts and promotions of people from NXT. There was a lot this year on Raw. Oh, sorry, we'll just go with all of them that got that promoted. Blake Monroe, Ricky Starks, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Lainey Reed of Fatal Influence, all called up to SmackDown. Ethan Page, Sol Ruka, and Joe Hendry on Raw. NXT is due for a massive rebuild, which they already started. They debuted 5 different people this week on the show. Evil, Will Cruz, Lizzie Rain, all of them. Ricky Saints, sorry, not Ricky Starks. Did I write Ricky Starks on the thing? I did.
You wrote
too.
Ricky Starks.
I just can't help myself.
You're right, Ricky.
Can't help myself.
You're not the only person.
His mama call him Ricky Starks. I'ma call him Ricky Starks.
You thought Lachlan might be hosting, so you put that in to fuck him up on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, Evil, Will Cruz, and Lizzie Rain all debuted on this week's NXT, and all of them quite well, actually. I can't wait to see more of Will Cruz. I wish they'd have maybe covered him up slightly more, but
I thought the Evil debut was so good. So good.
Yes.
Really.
I'm glad they got rid of that goofy scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because he's not a Grim Reaper. He's friggin'...
He's got so much presence. He really does. The gimmick is so, just forward in its presence. It's great.
Yeah. It was so funny, going into that NXT, because I listen to Observer every day, at least the morning show, because I can't stand Dave, but I like, now I've gone blank on his name. Alvarez. I like Brian Alvarez. Like some of the stuff he annoys me, but like overall, I kind of like him. And he has hosts, like his co-hosts for the week are Lance Storm and Filthy Tom.
Yep.
So I'll listen to those two guys every day of the week. They were really questioning, like, I don't know how they're going to rebuild NXT after that because they just got decimated. Like every one of their top line stars was taken except for their champion. So we don't know what they're going to do now. And in one fell swoop, you're like, okay, they're going to be okay. Like I'm actually interested to watch next week's now just to make sure, see what's going on with Evil, see what happens, see if he actually is evil, if that's what his name is. See, there's been no real confirmation about what his name is just yet. Will Cruz looks like a beast. He's going to be so good to watch. Lizzie Rain's debut was awesome.
Read that. Yeah. I read that they're going to change his name. His name won't be Evil, but I'm pretty sure it'll be Evil Adjacent.
Live.
It'll
be
Vile.
Live.
Just call him Vile. It's just the same letters mixed up.
Vile. Live. Yeah.
And they've also got potentially Hiromu Takahashi in the wings still to come up.
Yes.
Too. That's a character that fits perfectly.
Could
in
you
NXT.
imagine if the whole thing that like Evil giving old mate that t-shirt and all that was to lead into him coming in and not for Evil at all?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's my demonic, crazy, colorful puppet.
Yeah. Yeah. One I will say I'm a little bit shocked at is Ethan Page. I kind of felt like Ethan Page was going to be an NXT lifer. Sort of like the way they have with Ty Dillinger or whatever his name now.
Yeah, but I guess
I kind of felt
he did so well when he was paired with Chelsea that they're like, oh, we can't just keep him in NXT.
Yeah,
he's too good.
He took his shot. Yes, Jeff?
I thought he was going to be. I was going to say I thought he was going to be like an NXT gatekeeper. You know, if you get a good match with Ethan, then you're probably going to be fine because he is a good pair of hands. He's a great worker. We know this about him. I also sadly think he's going to Bobby Roode on the main roster. In that, like when Bobby Roode moved up to the main roster, it was like, okay, cool, let's see what he does. Same kind of thought. Almost like he was going to be the gatekeeper for NXT, and he really didn't do much on the main roster. And unfortunately, I think Ricky Saints will do more than Ethan Page in the current environment.
You know what the difference is? Bobby Roode doesn't have a personality.
Yeah. Ethan can be really funny.
Ethan is
He
great.
fits WWE
Ethan has a
so
great
well.
personality. He's quick-witted.
Yeah.
He's entertaining. Bobby Roode had glorious.
True.
That was about it. Like great
And,
wrestler.
like, worst case, if Ethan fizzles as a single, send him and put him with Chelsea because we know that works.
Yeah. Like I just I
think Ethan would be better than Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Although Joe's debut was pretty good too. So, we'll move on. Nashville, Tennessee apparently has put in a bid of $3.5 million plus tax breaks for WrestleMania 44. So unless those tax breaks are $6.5 million,
Huge.
I think they're about $6.5 million short.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I think the only thing they have going for them is it's a brand new stadium that opens next year.
Yeah, possibly.
So it would be like the first big wrestling event in Nashville.
Yeah. Look, we were going to do it because we had all four of us here this week, but unfortunately Lockdown had to leave. But we might as well do it now. Otherwise, we're never going to do it because it'll be too far gone past it. We're going to go through we'll not go through them. We're just going to recap our WrestleMania because I think we need a quorum of people to decide whether or not this should be a thing or not because I have questions. I have questions with you guys with the judging. I'm just going to quickly say what our scores are. So for WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, Jamie, you got 6 out of 13.
Makes sense. Don't watch the product.
Yeah, Jeff, you got 9 out of 13. Lachlan got 9 out of 13. And I got 9 out of 13. Now, here comes the kicker. Okay? For the women's tag match, I predicted Bailey Lyra. Lachlan predicted the Bellas. Jeff, you predicted Charlotte and Lexa. And Jamie predicted the Bellas. Now, only one of the Bellas won the tag titles. So do we count that as a correct prediction and give them a half a point? Or do we just say that was wrong?
Half a point means I got a passing grade, so yes, please.
No. No. These are wrong, Jamie.
As someone who runs prediction content, listen, Alex.
I'm not.
How does it count as a full point when both of the Bellas didn't win the title? So technically, it wasn't the Bellas tag team that won.
It was the team that they were representing.
Right.
So,
Gentlemen,
are you saying?
This is very, very
hang on.
serious.
So are you saying,
I
Jamie?
refuse, boys. I refuse to let a redhead.
So are you saying, Jamie, right? Yeah. So are you saying, Jamie, that if the Kabuki Warriors had filled in for the Bellas and they won, that would have been counted as a correct guess?
Okay, no.
There we go.
So yeah, I say half a point.
I just lawyered you.
Half a point.
Okay,
technically one of the Bellas won.
Okay, so technically, Lachlan won the tipping contest with 9.5 out of 13.
And I passed.
And you, okay, we'll give you a passing grade.
I still don't agree. And
mate, I wasn't sure. That's why I left it up to you guys. I wanted to make it all. I didn't want to be the one to go, no, that doesn't count. So congratulations.
Hang on. Stop that. I think it's got to fail because specifically the Bellas were not in the match. If Nikki Bella was,
oh, now I can't get it to stop.
God, stop it. God damn it.
But the Bellas weren't wrestling. The guests shouldn't count.
One of them was.
Half of them were.
The good one was.
Yes. It either counts
you should be happy. It was the good Bella.
Or the match gets thrown out entirely. This is the question I'm asking, Alex. This is the crux of the dilemma. Sorry, you guys can't see the.
Then I'm happier with the match being thrown out entirely.
For a 3-way tie.
Nope.
Look, I'm just going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to him.
So Jamie goes down to 4 points.
No, I'll put my foot down. Lachlan can have the win. We'll give him. He wins so very little in this life.
He needs a win this week. Let the man have a win.
Half of Victorian wrestling want to kill him. Let's give him a win.
God. Oh, no. People are going to be ropeable with him on Saturday. Shit.
Good. I mean, no, terrible. In AEW world, AEW filed the trademark Royal Redemption. They also filed to trademark Redemption and AEW Redemption. Jamie, you are our resident AEW expert. What's going on over in the land of Jacksonville?
In terms of the trademark?
Or in terms of everything AEW?
Okay, so the trademark is looking like it's going to be the July pay-per-view in Montreal. So that's obviously what Redemption or Royal Redemption or whatever that's going to end up being.
So do you think that's going to be a Royal Rumble?
Maybe. I hope not. Because you've got the Casino Rumble thing. Just do that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just like rebranding that.
Because the Casino Battle Royal is so indicative with AEW, and it's the closest thing you've got to it, to a Royal Rumble. And I think they like it that way.
Royal Redemption kind of makes sense because you can still do Kings, Jacks, Aces, Queens.
It's getting away from the casino branding and just like
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be in a gambling city. It doesn't have to be Atlantic City or Vegas. It can be anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. So far, the matches announced for that are Okada and Takeshita for the international title, a New York Street Fight I Quit match for the AEW tag titles, FTR defending against Cope and Cage. Was anything else kind of broached today, Jamie?
Nothing
it, 2 weeks? 3
officially.
weeks?
Yeah, nothing officially. Anna Jay's
Now,
back on
is there
TV this weekend.
Ah. For how long?
Correct me if I'm
Comeback
wrong,
killer.
but the New York Street Fight has a stipulation that if Cope and Cage don't win, they won't be a tag team anymore. That they'll dissolve.
Yeah, the tag team will retire.
Correct. They will retire as a team.
Yeah, that's the linguistic that I'm hearing.
Which means they're winning,
gymnastics.
and then they're going to do something at All In, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're leading to Young Bucks, Cope and Cage at All In.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the machine guns are available, you can just chuck them in that and nobody's going to care. Then I'm like, yep, makes sense.
Yeah, fair. That
I
is
also
a very
feel
fair call.
partly responsible for the machine guns getting released from last week.
What did you do?
I said I really wanted them to come and wrestle some guys in Australia, and now they can.
So
blame
when
me.
I was younger, I was like, I really wish Baby Spice would like me. Didn't happen.
Yeah, but also Baby
it
Splash.
did. It did.
Did it?
Baby Splash wasn't fired that week.
That you know of? You don't know what week I said it.
Every week.
That's fair, actually. Is there anything else AEW that popped up this week that was interesting for you, my friend?
Not particularly. Divine Dominion retained. Good for me.
Yeah, there was something that looked awful in that I saw. Like a power slam or something that looked god awful.
Oh, yeah, it looked like someone got dropped on their face.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's not good.
And Darby
and
tried to murder himself again.
According to Wild Angel, Ichiban Sweet Boys have paid out a challenge to the Guns as well. So there we go.
Yes.
That will be freaking amazing.
Yes. Also, too, that's a great way to transfer across because they won the junior heavyweight tag team titles for third time? Third
Fourth
time.
time.
Robbie's fourth.
Robbie's fourth. Sorry, Ichiban's third.
Ichiban's third.
Yeah. So congratulations to Robbie and Fuge. Well done, my friends. Again, Robbie just further cementing himself as probably the greatest Australian wrestler to ever tour Japan, I guess. The way he's going. The resume he's putting forward. There's not being any like harsh to guys like Chris Weiss or Jag, but he's kind of got the runs on the board.
Oh, yeah.
He's
also a madman. Because he's wrestling Dontaku this weekend, coming home next week, wrestling in Newcastle, and then flying straight back to Japan to do the Best of Super Juniors.
Jeez. God.
Nuts.
Before we go back to Japan, we also... before we do this, ironically, I went to work and said that I wanted Machine Guns Down Under. I would also be fired. Hey?
Machine guns, as in the guns.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
As in guns, not the guns.
Yeah. I just thought he said that he would be fired. I'm like, why would you be fired? But anyway. TNA CEO or head honcho over there. President. What's his first name? Joe? Is it Joe Silva? I can't remember. Carlos Silva, thank you very much. Was on Busted Open this week and was asked by Dave LaGreca about the whole pulling talent and like AEW, was it WWE kind of influence thing? And he had quite an interesting answer. I'm just going to play the clip and then we can talk about it afterwards, boys.
And we've had some other folks come at us and they've moved into, our nights. They've made some decisions. They've tried to block us in arenas and venues, and that stuff's real and it's out there and it's okay because everyone's got to make the decisions for their business, but we're also just not going to lie down and not make decisions that are good for our business. And unfortunately, sometimes those decisions are tough, and we're very thoughtful about them, and we try to do the best to make good when we have to make those decisions. And in the case of Nick and Leon and a few of the matches that had to get shut down, we tried to make good and make calls and take care of the business as best we could.
Was it your decision to be made? Was it like
it was? Yeah, it was my decision. Yeah, I take full ownership. Look, I've got a great team and we talk about these things together, but sometimes I'm the guy that has to make that decision, and then you move on and you sort of go to work the next day and you work hard again and get stuff done.
I'm the guy that makes that decision because Nick Khan told me to make that decision.
I'm telling you right now, it had nothing to do with WWE. It had everything to do with AMC.
Yeah, why would WWE care?
Oh,
WWE don't give a fuck. AMC are just like, hey, why are we doing this thing? Why are you working with guys that are putting shows up against us? Like direct competition with you. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. You're out. We've just signed you to a contract. Please don't do that. I 100%, like I said this at the start, I don't think this is a WWE thing at all because I don't think they give a shit. I can see AMC being really fucking mad about it because that would definitely eat into their ratings.
Oh, yeah.
So it does nothing to hurt WWE's bottom line. It does a lot to hurt AMC's.
I would have liked Dave to ask a follow-up question, though, and he just didn't.
Yeah, Dave just
about
doesn't
the
do that.
Yeah, like what venues have they blocked you from?
Yeah, which is also something that we talked about in our chat today. If AEW are doing that, that seems very hypocritical considering how much they complained about WWE doing it.
Yeah, as I said, I wonder if it's not specifically targeting TNA. Like they're not going to venues and saying, don't book TNA. I think it's maybe just they've put a clause in all of their contracts similar to what WWE had of like, we can't have another wrestling show here the week after we are.
Yeah, but if they're going to venues that are known as being TNA venues, which let's face it, TNA and AEW probably competing for the same size venues.
Yeah.
So like the 2300 arena. That would definitely be somewhere that TNA would run and probably have run. And so when AEW did their week residency or whatever, that would have...
Yeah, locked them out for however long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think AEW also, like, they're booking really weird, unexpected venues as well. Like, they've got that fairway thing coming up on like an indoor golf course. So, like, I don't think TNA are booking that. And
no. Well, it's obviously not every venue. It's just venues that
I would just,
I'd
be interested to know.
Run.
I'd be interested to know specifically what venues he's talking about. Like, I'd be very surprised if 2300 wasn't one of them. That's probably the main one.
Yeah. So, Macho Man Andy Savage says, everything Silver says can be true. It's still rubbish to approve bookings then withdraw approval. That punishes fans and indies with no involvement in this fight. That's 100% correct. I will say that he did try and make good with those venues, like those promotions. I know for a fact that the WrestleCon one, they offered to, like Carlos offered to pay for whatever they wanted to pay for and try and work something out as well. And I think WrestleCon said, look, if you just pay for his flights and all of that's fine. So they actually came to an agreement on that.
Oh, so yeah, they covered Leon's stuff that he was going to do.
Yeah, I will say they didn't just pull and go, sorry, you're done, whatever. Like they said, look, we get. I'm kind of like that's why I think it's AMC, because really I don't see what pressure WWE could put on them. Because really, what pressure could WWE put on them to say, hey, you got to pull these guys? Why?
And it's also funny too, where he's talking about like, oh, we've got to protect our talent, and then you look at who the TNA Knockouts champion is currently.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But that's part of
why is she the champion?
Why is she? Because more people are seeing her every week on Town NXT with that belt than would see her on Impact.
Yeah, I guess.
Like that's what was shitty about when Kenny had the TNA title and hid it amongst like the 100 belts that he had when they did the whole thing. Because you never really saw it.
Yeah.
And sometimes he wouldn't even wear that belt out. So, but yeah, that was at least the little bookend to that story that came up about it. Also with, we were talking about deals and sort of like that. We did miss it in the WWE news. NXT signing that deal with CW now. So everything in America will be on the CW app as well as the ESPN Plus app for all their pay-per-view, their PLEs and stuff like that. So that's pretty big for TNA for exposure to the brand now, being the W and that, and also Roku, I think it is, like the next day or something afterwards. So yeah, there's 1,000 things in America you can watch stuff on, and so they're going to be on a lot of them now.
Yeah, it's bloody hard in America. Like at least here, it's like, you got Netflix, you get all the WWE stuff. My AEW, you get all the AEW stuff.
Well, no, you don't in Netflix because you don't get Raw or SmackDown. We get Raw, but you don't get SmackDown because that's still on.
No, we do. That's what I'm saying. Here.
Oh, we do. Yeah. Here it's easy.
Like here, it's like buy 2 subscriptions, you're done.
Yeah.
Not 6.
Also, good New Japan news for us here, at least in Australia. They will hold the 2 nights of Wrestling Dontaku on May 3 and May 4th from Fukuoka. The best news from that is Gino Gambino will be on the mic for those 2 shows. So very good to have Gino back in the New Japan fold behind a mic. I saw he posted the photo today that he finally got his tracksuit from House of Torture, which is great.
Oh, so he's House of Torture guy now?
Apparently.
That makes
there's
sense.
a photo, like Gino posted up a photo of Evil giving him a House of Torture. I don't know how real it was, but you know, AI and all that nowadays, you can fake a lot of things.
Why is Evil giving him a House of Torture?
This is what I'm saying, it's fake, dickhead.
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
I really want him to just rock up in the Bullet Club thing and be like, where is everyone, guys?
Where is everyone?
Where'd they all go?
Why do you look so... What are you doing, Don? Why are you Don now?
Yeah.
We'll quickly run through
Dontaku shows look good.
Just
yes.
Do a little short of Gino running around the arena yelling out AJ. Where's AJ? AJ!
Uncle Alan, where'd you go?
We'll quickly run through some of the matches on night 1 and night 2 of Dontaku, mainly because, again, Gino's commentating on it, so we're going to want to watch those shows. The Global Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Yota Tsuji taking on Andrade El Idolo on night 1. That's night 1. Never Openweight Championship, Ren Narita and Bolton Oleg. Aaron Wolf against Don Farley. Unbound Ko, Shingo Takagi, Drilla Maloney, Taji Ishimori, Robbie X, and Daiki Nade. Nah, man, I'm going to hate these. This is why we need Lachlan. Thank you. Versus United Empire, Callum Newman, Jake Lee, Jacob Boston Young, Francisco Akira, and I fucking hate you. Read it out then.
Akira
and Zayn
I give
J.
up. I give up.
Jake
You read
Lee,
it.
also Todd's favorite.
Read
Then
it.
we
No,
have
you read
Okay.
it. You do from now on.
Konosuke Takeshita versus Shota Umino.
going up against Case Owens.
One of you read them.
And
One of you.
I'll let you do it. Go, Jamie. Go on.
Konosuke Takeshita and Shota Umino versus the House of Torture, Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi. The Goto Revolution Army of Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and Tatsuya Matsumoto versus United Empire, Will Ospreay, Hanare, and Great Khan. El Desperado, Taichi, Mystico, and Yuya Uemura versus TMDK, Robbie Eagles, Kosei Fujita, Ryohei Oiwa, and Hartley Jackson. Tomoaki Honma and Masataru Yasuda versus the
Oh, that's
Knockout
so
Bros,
easy now, isn't it?
Oscar and Yuto Ice. Toriano, Yo, and Master Wato versus Tiger Mask, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Tasai Nakahara in night one. There's a lot of new guys in there.
What's
That was
wrong
like,
with you? It's Master
God.
Watto.
You do night 2, Jeff.
yeah, Jeff can do night 2 because there's a lot of new guys. That's hard.
Okay. Yeah, wish me luck with this. The IWGP Heavyweight up the top. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Callum Newman against Shingo Takagi. That will be a banger. Bishi Monton, the next never open weight 6-man tag team championship. Bishi Monton of Bolton Oleg, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi will be defending against United Empire, Will Ospreay, Hanare, and the Grado Khan. And
How come you don't yell
Unbound,
Hanare?
Code, Sushi, Drillerman, Maureen X. This is United Empire. I said Hanare.
He's frozen.
Oh, because
Yeah, but you don't yell it.
Yoshihashi's
It's
magic.
in capitals.
I don't know. The joke's Yoshihashi. The joke's Yoshihashi. Doesn't work. Against United Empire, Jake Lee, Francisco Akira, Jacob Austin Young, and Zane J. Stop making me laugh. Yuya Uemura and Tai Chi versus TMDK, Riho Awaya and Hartley Jackson. TMDK, Kosei Fujita, and Robbie Eagles against Mystico and El Desperado. That'll be great.
That'll be awesome.
Baron Wolf, Toriano, Tiger Mask, Yo, and Master Watto. That'll be such a good match. And Master Watto against the House of Torture and the Red Show, Dookie, Don Farley, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Shoto Umino and Tomake Honma versus the Nabos of Oscar and Yuto Ice. Ryusuke Taguchi and Tatsuya Matsumoto against the Unbound Co. of Gato and Daiki Nagai. And finally, the TV Championship, Konosuke Takeshita versus Chase Owens. Where is Zack Sabre Jr.?
He's busy. I forgot Chase Owens has a title match this weekend.
Or do I do this one?
Oh, thank you, Todd. Making up for the booze earlier.
Was that for the Chase Owens match?
Yeah, it's for the Chase Owens match.
It's going to be Chase Owens match. Look, they're going to be two good shows, even though Chase Owens is in them. They should be good.
Even though Chase Owens is in them.
They should be good. Speaking of good, every week here we talk about our chicken salad and our chicken shit. We always start with the shit before the salad. Jamie, what's your chicken shit this week, mate?
I had two. I'm going to go with the one that I don't think will be brought up otherwise. Zelina Vega's reaction to Sean Ross Sapp's reporting of the WWE releases kind of pissed me off. And then also, she claims to be this big wrestling fan, and I'm so excited about these opportunities where I can go and wrestle Saya Kamitani. And for the life of her, could not say or even remember her name. I'm like, real big fan of Saya Kamitani.
I'm going to defend it here because my memory as well. There'll be times I can't remember Mitch's name.
Yeah, but you're also not going on a stream lambasting a journalist for sending out the news and then trying to hype yourself up of like, I'm going to go wrestle this person. You've had hours to check the internet and make sure you know her name.
Yeah, but probably not in the best moods. Probably not the best mental frame right there. Why are you so mad at her Why are you so mad at her about the Sean Ross Sapp thing, mate? Explain that more, because all you did was say you didn't like it. You didn't say why.
Because that is his job. And he didn't report it immediately. He waited 2 or 3 hours before reporting it and then reported it. And she just was annoyed that she didn't get to do it on her stream. Like, well, that's not how that works. He doesn't have to wait for you. You look at sports. Baseball players get traded while they're playing games and find out about it in the post-match. So it's no different for it. Once the journalist gets it, if he didn't report it, someone else was going to, and someone literally broke the same news 2 minutes later anyway. So why did she call out specifically Sean? Like, she clearly has a vendetta with Sean.
Sean's was also the biggest one that happened though, because he was the one that was on top of all of it.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, I know. I get
it
what you're
wasn't
saying.
just
but I'm
him.
saying
Like,
that's
don't.
why
She could have just said news reporters, the
Yeah.
people that broke this before I could. You didn't have to single him out because then he got dogpiled on.
Yeah,
well and truly
it
after
wasn't
that.
was very much a clean like fuck you, Sean.
Yeah.
Todd, your bit of poo this week, mate.
You go, mate. I'm still gonna rethink what it was.
Right. I've got two. One is from last week because I wasn't around last week. My one from last week, and you guys, I'm not sure, I can't remember whether you covered this or not, is the ending of the Sol Ruka Zarya match. That so easily could have gone horribly wrong. It was no one's fault, but it's another message to kind of make sure you take care of each other out there, please. And also the release of Kairi Sane is just terrible. It's not going to give a satisfying ending to a story that's been building for 6 months to a year. And it's one of the more interesting things. And I can't say how sad that is. And then on top of that, WWE muting fans who are upset about it. It just kind of feels a bit 2000-ish, 2010 to 15-ish. Todd.
Okay. So I've got two, but they're kind of related. So my first one is the whole key and the whole idea of NXT is to help bring along and train wrestlers in all the arts of professional wrestling to be ready for WWE. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why are they doing AI promos? And and this is like, because I'm pretty damn sure it wasn't her idea, but there was a Sol Ruka Zarya promo this week on NXT. Whilst being amazing, was clearly AI, and I don't even know if she voiced it or if they've just taken her, like the whatever they have in their bank and then typed out what she was saying. So to me, that is just like my first thought is like the idea is to try and train these people so they're ready for these situations. So why are we taking that out of their hands by going, "Oh, we can get AI to do this"? Don't get me wrong; it looked awesome.
Yeah.
It looked sick. It was a great, it was a great vignette. Hate how it was made. Hate that they didn't.
It didn't look like them though. That was my big issue with it. It was like Sol did not look like Sol, and Zarya, apart from the real close up of her eyes, did not look like Zarya. And when she was walking away, it was like you could tell it was a top half of body and a bottom half of body just like on a pivot. It just didn't look right. So I hated it. That was my other one.
See, I didn't even hate it for the AI version, the AI of it, and that is shit. But I hate it just because these workers aren't getting a chance to learn to do this stuff.
No. And as an industry leader, really, WWE should be setting an example, industry leader in inverted commas, and not using AI. They should go, hey, look how good we are, because there's a lot of people are not happy with AI. I shared a clip today, which is a great thing from a show many years ago called The Sketch Show with several great English comedians. And it's the Mamas and the Papas recording California Dreaming. And the background singers just repeat all the leaves are brown. And then she goes up and she goes, no, it changes. You do. And the sky is grey.
Yeah,
and then
I love that sketch.
They all start singing and the sky is grey time and time again. It's exactly what AI is. And I think WWE should be better and not using AI. Sorry, Todd, you're next.
It makes me wonder if they fired a whole bunch of their production team.
No, because they've done this before.
The
AI promos, the AI promos they've done before. They did it with Tatum Paxley.
Tatum Paxley, they did one.
They did it with that one as well.
It just made me think do they not have videographers and stuff? But I'm like, they do though.
Yeah. See,
but they've done a lot of stuff as well.
Wild Angel's one here is something that this is what I'm going to take exception with her on, because she is completely wrong here. Okay, So Nick Khan came out and said that this week that AI is helping them with their creative and blah, blah, blah. What he meant by that, and if you'd actually watched the whole thing, he talked about they're using AI basically as a analytics tool to scrape what parts of the country are buying certain merch, so who we should be pushing and where we should be pushing them and stuff like that. Nothing to do with the actual storylines being written or anything like that. Just like, hey, fucking John Cena's really strong in like New Hampshire or blah blah. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's there to scrape data and print out what that where they are strong in this area, who we should be pushing here, who we should be pushing there. And I've seen like when people get explained that, they go, yeah, but they've already got that with all the stats and the ratings and the sales. Like, yeah, how do you think all of that stuff gets like
ingested
aggregated?
and put into spreadsheets that are readable? Not here's 1,500 pages of data.
See, and Alex Whitehart said again, I'm going to say it, which is funny because you don't need AI for that. You do if you're doing the whole thing. Do you know how much easier it is just to type in, hey, do this.
Yeah, show me the merch sale trends.
Yeah. And it does it like that. You don't have to worry about going and doing all this other stuff. That's the one good thing about AI. I know all the other implications and all that, but that's one really good thing about it is it will amalgamate and do all of that stuff for you. And you still have to be discerning when you read it, because if you read it and take everything as gospel, then you're an idiot. But if you are smart enough that you can go, okay, I know that's not right, but this is right, this is right, and this is right. It's very simple with that. Like today, I said I was joking around with ChatGPT, and I was like, "Tell me what Dave Meltzer would have said about WWE using AI." And I tell you what, I don't know if you guys read it or not, but it sounded very much like Dave.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, as long as
Todd, what's your other?
Like if they're using it
for the two together.
If they're using it for that aspect, it's fine. Like business analytics have basically shifted from calling it analytics to calling it AI because it's such a corporate buzzword of CEOs and higher ups and board members understand AI as like, we're using computers to make things faster, not we're using a proprietary algorithm to do this. Like that's too many. Like, so that's fine. It's the idea that they were writing scripts and promos with AI. That's what freaked people out. Like they're not doing that. I hope.
No, they're not. Like it was very clear. If you actually look at the thing, it's very clear that that's like, because he said we're looking at that to shape our creative and to shape our like basically like we're using the stats here to know, okay, this is the way how we're going to go with, who we're going to go with, stuff like that. So yeah.
Let's read a couple of the chicken shits. Alex Firehart, I'm cheating because this was my shit when it got made clear what was happening, but I don't care. Fuck Chase Owens getting title matches. Fuck him in general, but I don't want him anywhere near title matches. Yeah, that's completely
At least
fair.
it's the TV title, which kind of sucks anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of a punishment to wear that thing.
Yeah, but still. But we can't talk about the bad without talking about the good. Jamie, what did you find delicious this week as part of your chicken salad?
So I've got one local and then one international. The local one was I was at Rock and Roll Wrestling on Monday, and they introduced brand new championship belt designs for across all of their belts.
Yeah, I saw that.
And introduced their first ever women's championship, which I'm very excited for because they've got people like Albie and Troska wrestling a lot there, and I think that will be a great opportunity for her. And the belts look fantastic as well, so that was a big step up in their production levels. And then internationally, the Moxley Ospreay storyline that they're currently telling on AEW, where the Death Riders kidnapped Will Ospreay, and I was a little at first like, what's happening here? But there was a promo on Collision this weekend about them, like they took him because his body broke down and they want to teach him the ways of don't be angry at the world, you're just going to hurt yourself. We're going to teach you how to look after your body and harness that anger and point it in the right direction. And it was an incredible promo.
I I really like what they're doing with the Death Riders. They're just firm tweeners now. Like, they can go up against faces and be booed, and they can go up against heels and be cheered. It's brilliant. It really.
And the
has
fact that they
worked.
made a story out of
Todd,
Ospreay
do you want to go next?
changing his wrestling style, not just
Yeah, I
oh
like
he got hurt and now he's different.
Yeah. Can I just pivot back to what we're talking about here just for a second, because something popped up on Observer that I just want to point out, all right, as being what I'm talking about. Like, the headline of this is Mark Shapiro confirms WWE's use of AI. Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines. That's the headline. Now the quote. Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines with the WWE. What's resonating? What superstars are resonating? In what pockets of the country are they resonating? That helps us, obviously, with our content, our editorial, our creative, our mapping, our touring, and, of course, maximizing revenue and getting our product out to the fans most in need of it. Now, does that sound anything like they are writing any of the shows with AI?
Yeah, they'd be scraping like Twitter and all of the hashtags and things where if you paid someone to do that, they're spending days and days and days just getting the data.
Yes.
And merch.
So that's what I mean by. That's what I mean by, like, they twisted the places like Figure 4 twisted the narrative to have people all up in arms going, they're writing creative doing this, and it's just wrong. So my chicken salad for this week is something that it's not happening yet, but it's coming up very soon, and I'm very excited for it. And that is Mask versus Mask, El Grande Americanos.
Yeah.
The way they have built that is possibly one of the better storylines going on in wrestling in general. If somebody had told you a year ago that The Undertaker would be one of the best bookers in the country, in North American wrestling right now. In Mexico.
Yeah.
Would you have believed me?
He's clearly got a lot of respect for Mexico and the performers involved in this. I would never have said on that Tyler Bates better serve putting a mask on and being a crazy Mexican for a year or two, but it's working out. It's working out for both Bate and Dunn, who can actually wrestle a different kind of style, and it's really good. But it's quite obvious who it is, and that they're having fun with it. So yeah, I think that's great.
It's not obvious if you're Ric Flair.
I also have two.
I just keep that dude away from any microphone from now on.
Yeah. I also have two. I have. I want to give a bit of a personal shout out to the owners of PCW who have done such nice things and moved hell on earth to get me to the show this Saturday. Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to have a great night, so thank you for that. I also strongly recommend people see this match. It is a WWE match. It is Io Shirai against Becky Lynch, or Io Sky against Becky Lynch, I'm sorry, which was the opening match of Raw. The ending is a little disappointing, but boy, is it a good match. And they gave it enough time to really, really blossom into something special. So if you haven't seen it, check that out. Let's go through a few of these chicken salads. Andy's is, I really like Kingston versus Chev's, a great match. And it's just nice seeing someone's wrestling dream come true. That's actually on YouTube for free, that match. So, it is a good call. Alex Fihard, chicken salad, brought it up last week, but looking forward to Shane Hayes challenging Yoshiko Inamura for the GHC heavyweight title in Noah, especially since it sounds like Noah have been referencing Shane's previous run in Noah in the Build. And finally, Wild Angel, chicken salad. Again, Shed's living the dream and finally getting her match with Eddie Kingston. And Wild Angel also mentions they're into the Mox Ospreay feud and interested in where that story goes. Yeah, absolutely. There's some really, really good stuff around.
The Chev's Kingston match probably would have been my chicken salad. I just haven't had a chance to get around to watching it yet. Very stoked for her to get that match, though.
We also got some news just in from just about like an hour ago. Nikki Cross has filed a trademark for the term Nikki Storm and Best in the Galaxy. So that is what she'll be going with when she's released, I guess. Nikki Storm, Best in the Galaxy. So we'll see what that entails.
There you go. If you are going to wrestling this weekend, and we strongly recommend you do, whether it's PCW or ACW in Adelaide, enjoy the show. Be safe, be well. To the workers, thank you, and please enjoy yourselves. On behalf of Lachlan, who had to Scalper, Jamie Apps, and Todd Eastman, anything to add, boys?
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
There are a few things, actually.
Yeah.
Wrap up.
There's no watch along tomorrow night.
I'm sorry.
You're all right, mate. There'll be no watch along tomorrow night as I'm on husband duty. I've been informed. So I might do one on Sunday, depending on how my weekend goes.
And don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to WRA. It's free. You can do it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Twitch, or anywhere else you get your podcasts from. If you do stop by our Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating and review while you're there. 5 stars. It helps us follow YouTube. Way button also goes to YouTube.
Mate, you've gone all weird on us.
Our socials are at WrestleRadio for their Instagram. Radio A merch is on Redbubble. The proceeds don't go.
You went all robotic and
go to
and skipping.
Beyond Blue and Got for Life. You can follow us individually on Instagram. Am I?
We couldn't understand a word of that.
You can follow us around place.
Hang on. I'm
just trying.
Try talking. It was like we kept trying to tell you, and you just were just like roboting all the way through it. All right, try it now.
Because it kept skipping. Okay. Should I go from the beginning? Well, I will. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to WRA. It's free. You can do it on. Okay. You can follow us on our socials at WrestleRadio AU. Jamie, you're at Jamie Apps Media. Todd is at Beast Eastman. Jamie, what is going on with Jamie Apps Media and your huge conglomeration of conglomerates?
Ooh. Jamie, you're on mute, mate. We're kicking goals today.
We are on fire. I'm in that lull period between magazines at the moment, so it's mainly just movie reviews on podcasts for Mortal Kombat, the original. Next week will be out, and then wrestling watch-alongs with Peggy every Thursday for Dynamite. Maybe Ring of Honor? We will see about that.
Maybe. When is the Ring of Honor show?
The 16th.
Which is a what?
Saturday for us.
I'll watch it with you if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Done.
That sounds great. Don't forget, you can follow me at @real_. For your WrestleMania needs, we'll see you later in the year. Next week, we'll be having a look at the Sunday Showcase. It is launching on Sunday evening. If you want to catch it before the show, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. Australian Western Daylight Time. Twitch.tv/Wrestle Radio Australia. As all these lovely people have joined us this evening. Todd, anything else to add?
No, that's it, mate. Considering that Sunday Showcase actually looked like a really good show from the clips we'd seen on socials and stuff like that. So yeah, excited to check that out on Sunday. And it'll be, like you said, we'll be talking about it this week on the show. Well, next week on the show.
And if you're going to PCW, I look forward to seeing you there. Please, please, please take care of yourselves, and we will catch you in 7 days.
Yeah, and remember, everyone at PCW, Jeff thinks
trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it.